I want to welcome everyone for this session. This is, of course, to all the Senior 4 vacists who are here that are successfully joining Senior 5. And of course, I would want to use this very chance to congratulate you all upon succeeding at the ordinary level, because I know the majority of us here who are watching this meeting currently obtained result 1 from their results. And congratulations. So we are recording this as of 14th of February. It's a Saturday, 8 p.m. of 2026. So very fast, that was the poster or the flyer that we used to communicate to you all. So I would also use this chance to thank our designer who made that for us, so that you people have been aware and you're finally here. So we are here for a very short time, and we are here for a very simple meeting or a very simple session, and the agenda is very clear. So we began with the opening prayer from Daniela. Daniela, thank you for the opening prayer. And so now I will proceed. I will not waste time. The first meeting we had, we tried to have some bit of self-introduction. So for today, I'm going to skip that because we are very, very limited, if at all I'm relating to the time factor. So very first, to the purpose of the meeting. So the purpose is very simple. We are simply here to have a guide, a preparation guide, as we choose the appropriate A-level subject combinations. So don't just call them combinations. What are you really combining? You're combining A-level subjects. So it is a subject combination. Hope that is corrected. So as you can see, the purpose, very clear. A-level subject combination preparation guide. So it's a preparation guide, or it's a collection of guidelines that you're supposed to follow before you take on any A-level subject combination. So that is the purpose of this session. So if you are joining the session for any other reasons, I urge you to log off. Yeah, and maybe wait for a better meeting. So an introduction, so we are done. So we are moving. So as far as the opening prayer is concerned, Daniela helped us with that. Purpose of the meeting, you're now aware that we are strictly here to know what are you really supposed to consider before you take on any combination at advanced level. Let me hope people are aware that A level means advanced level and O level means ordinary level. Though some people call it the lower secondary, the new lower secondary. And then A level, they can call it upper what? New upper what? Secondary. So when you see things like new lower secondary, new upper secondary, it's because of the competence-based curriculum that is in place. But before, it was simply O level, A level, ordinary level, advanced level. So the introduction, I will take you through the introduction very fast. And in the introduction, that's where you're going to realize most of the things. Most of you are like, who is really talking to us? Who sent you? Things like that. So all is here in the introduction. So we are saying that the UCE, New Lower Secondary Curriculum results of the Senior 4 candidates of 2025. So let me hope every Senior 4 candidate who is here is a student of 2025, a candidate of 2025. So your results were released on the 13th of February. It was a Friday afternoon. And of course, who releases it's the Ministry of Education and Sports and then UNEB. So many of you, the learners, your parents and educators are still puzzled on how best they can advise students. I'm talking of the educators, how best they can advise students to take on which combinations. And also your parents are puzzled. Students are also puzzled. So we are here as Science Scholars Academy. Science Scholars Academy is a big team, but I was sent as the representative to hold this session, to try my level best and solve the puzzle through this meeting that we are holding just right now. So some of the major points, so not everything is in this document. Some of you may be like, let me go off, I'll just wait for the document. This document just tries to point out the major concerns. Most of the things are going to be actually said, so prepare your notebook and pen. Whatever you feel is important, you note. If you don't have a book and pen, at least your smartphones have notebooks. You can even leave the Zoom app and just listen to what I'm saying as you note. We have secretaries. Daniela is our secretary. She's going to be taking note of some of the things. And at the end of the meeting, I'll give you her number. You can reach out. I'll also share this document after. For those who are in our WhatsApp channel, I'll share you the drive link that will connect you to it and you download it and have it in your devices for future reference. Otherwise, whatever we are going to handle today does not need future reference, because I just believe by the end of this meeting, each one of you should be choosing a combination and you're done. So there is nothing like revisiting, because the sole aim is to what? To choose a combination, and that is all. So that is a simple introduction. So personally, I'm Dr. Paul. You can call me Dr. Paul, you can call me Doctor, or you can call me Paul Tutor. Yeah, because I'm a tutor of science and math at the Science Scholars Academy that has really sent me to represent it in this very meeting. Okay, so that is the introduction. By science and math, I don't mean the science of primary sciences, biology, physics, and chemistry, then math. So the introduction is done. So for those of you who have notebooks, somewhere at the end, we have what we call the question answer session, where I will welcome a few questions and I will respond. But trust me, most of them shall be here under the commonly asked questions. Yeah. The ones they abbreviate as CAQs in Europe, commonly asked questions. So prepare your questions. So you might have a question on what I've just said as far as the introduction is concerned. You just put it down. Or you can even put it in the chat right now. The secretary, Daniela, will be taking note of whatever you're asking, and at the end, I'll give her the chance to say out all questions. We address everything. Hope that is okay. So we are moving. So now the next thing is about the breakdown of a subject combination. So now the combination thing has really started. So enough of the stories. Okay, breakdown of the science combination. So I'll be using one of our workbooks to explain all whatever you need to learn. Everything. Now, what is the format of a science combination? Listen, science combinations are in this format. Science combinations are in this format. They're in a format of XYZ XYZ stroke sub and GP. So where we have sub, it's either ICT, what we call sub ICT, or what they call sub math. Then and GP. Why we are having and GP? That means the only compulsory subject we have at A level is GP. So GP in full is general paper. I want you to follow critically. General paper, it's what they abbreviate as GP. So this paper is compulsory. Why I'm telling you all this, some student inboxed me today morning and said, Doctor, I failed English. Will they give me GP at A level? They won't matter. They won't bother about all that. Even if you have the rest as is and you have D in GP, or you have the rest as D's and E in GP, or an English, sorry, they will give you GP because it is compulsory at A level. So one of the things you're going to learn today, you're going to learn, when do I do ICT? When do I do sub-math? When do I do sub-ICT? When do I do sub-math? And then you're going to learn what really replaces the X, Y, and Z. So why I'm having X, Y, and Z, I mean these ones change. They are variable. Not all of us are supposed to have the same thing. There is something we actually follow before you put a subject for X, subject for Y, subject for Z. And you don't just go for ICT, you don't just go for sub-math. There are principles we follow. And it's those principles you're going to learn today. So, the very first thing you've learned, that GP is compulsory. Before GP, you always have here a sub-subject. Sub is the short form of subsidiary. So someone may be like, what do you mean by sub? Sub is subsidiary. Subsidiary ICT, subsidiary mathematics. Are you listening? Then this X, Y, and Z is trying to show you that there are 3 subjects that define your combinations in Uganda at A level. It's 3 subjects that determine, or it's the stem of your combination is made up of how many subjects? 3 of them. And you don't just choose them anyhowly. No. It is career guidance. It is the career goal. It is your career that really drives you to the combination. That's why these sessions are called career guidance sessions. Yet you've not even graduated. Yet people think career is actually a job. Which job comes after graduation? Which graduation comes after what? University. Which university comes after A level? But you're having it even before A level because it is the career that is going to determine all what we are supposed to go through. Hope you guys understand. Okay, now the breakdown. That is the first part of the breakdown. I want you to listen critically. So, if at all you're having X, Y, Z, stroke, this one that I've talked about, the sub-ICT. Why they call it sub-ICT? Some of you tried to do, or some of you did computer studies at O level. You realize that the computer of O level is harder than that of A level because this one is just a subsidiary, so it's not a lot. Its content can be completed in a month if a student studied computer studies at O level. In a month, they are done with the syllabus of sub-ICT. It's not so serious. But someone who didn't may find it hard. Yeah. Now, I've said the other compulsory part is the GP, so I'll say and GP. Now, these 3 subjects that make up the stem of your combination, they are the ones they call principal subjects. I want you to listen very well. They are the ones they call what? Principal subjects. Some of you ask yourselves certain questions like that, why do they really call the math of A level principal math? And then they say it is divided into pure mathematics and applied mathematics, but under principal math. Why they attach the word principal? Because, sorry, this is supposed to be sub-math. I don't know if I had said GP. I beg your pardon. But it is sub-ICT and sub-math. Why they call the mathematics of this side? For example, if someone is doing BCM, at least some of you have heard of that. So why they call this mathematics principal math? It's because there is existence of subsidiary math, which is sub-math. So most students make that error verbally. When they ask them, do you do math at A level? They just say yes. If someone asks whether you do math at A level, tell them yes, I do principal. Because there is sub, and I'll tell you what relates the two, what differentiates the two. Now, so you now know the three subjects that make up the stem of your combination. They are the ones they call the principal what? Subjects, not the word principal. You need to know these things because when you're getting admitted to the university, they will be telling you qualifications like principal passes. You cannot understand what a principal pass is if you don't know what a principal subject is. Because a principal pass, that means you've passed a principal what? Subject. So you need to know what the principal subjects are before you can proceed to what really a principal pass means. Hope we are together. You don't want to leave anyone behind. Then these other ones, even with the GP, the sub-ICT, sub-math, these are what they call the subsidiaries. The subsidiary what? Subjects. So you can find those people who are good at English. Calling this one, they can just call these ones principles. Hope you're seeing the principles we are using. It is this one of ALS, not LE. And then you can find the English people calling them subsidiaries instead of subsidiary subject or subsidiary subjects. Say they are subsidiaries, then the other ones are principals or principal subjects, subsidiary subjects. So when they say that someone really has a subsidiary pass, that means this person has passed subsidiary subjects, and there are only 3 at ALevel. That is sub-ICT, sub-math, and then general what? General paper, which is compulsory because it is done by all students at ALevel. No one dodges it. Are we together? Okay. Now that is the simple breakdown. How do you choose the principles, and how do you choose whether you're going to do sub-ICT or sub-math? I want you to follow very well. There are subjects about choosing sub-ICT and sub-math. I want you to listen well. But before I proceed, I want to first mention for you these subjects. You should know that principal math exists. So when I say principal math, I mean the mathematics that is really on the other side of the principal subjects. Hope we are together. That's what they call principal math. Hope you know that math in full is mathematics. And some people like to abbreviate it as MTC. Hope you are aware. Then the other subject that you should know is economics. Yeah, the economics. Economics. Yeah. Those ones are enough for now. Yeah, those ones are enough for now. The other thing I want you to just know that this economics is something to do with economics, something to do with money. Money means math. You understand? So economics is a friend to math. Is a friend to what? Is a friend to math. Why? Economics, economy, it is to do with what? With money, and money is math. So economics is that one subject that is really a friend to what? To math. You will see why I'm bringing that in the future. You first have it at that. Are you following? Now, principal subjects. When you look at the sub-ICT and sub-math, you choose one. So those ones are easy. We are going to see under what criteria do you actually choose, whether you're doing ICT or sub-math. But before we go to that, let's first handle the principal subjects. These principal subjects are divided. Yeah. So you don't just choose. So we have now started the stem of the discussion. Just a few minutes into the meeting. So this is where I need you to be extra attentive. So the principal subjects are divided into 2. The principal subjects are divided into the essential ones, or they call essentials. So you now know, if you don't say principal subjects, you say principals. If you don't say essential subjects, you say essentials. And then the relevant. Hope you people are following, hope you people are following. Because the moment you don't, let me show people something here so that they can follow. You know, some people are just waiting to tell them that if you got these grades, this is the combination you're supposed to do. That's not what I'm going to say. This is one of the documents that I'm going to go through. This is a document from the Ministry of Education and what? And Sports. So if you don't listen, that means when I reach this page, you will not be understanding those words. Are you seeing? Some of you are like, I want to do food science and technology. You see? But I'm explaining what essential subjects are, what the relevant subjects are, and the desirable subjects, but you're not following. And when time reaches for getting admitted to Makerere University, you will face issues. Yes, we shall repeat this for you, but you need to listen. You can see the year. The year is 2026, 27. Do you think you're very far? You're in actually the very year. So you need to follow and listen up so that you're well informed about whatever you're going to encounter in your A level. Get the point? Okay. I beg your pardon. I was speaking a very important call, but I'm back. Okay. So what are these essentials? The essentials, as you hear the word essential, they are essential for the course that you want. Because most of you are like, I want to do this, but you don't know the essential subjects for that. So essentials, that means I've told you that they can either be called essentials or the essential subjects. These ones can be called the relevance or the relevant subjects. Okay, so these ones are key. So those ones are very key to the dream course, hence the career. You get? The career is the profession, but the course is what you're supposed to first take on before you can do whichever career that you really want. So that's why they call them essentials. Then the relevance, these ones just so these ones I'll call them the remainders. And you're going to understand very well what I mean. The remainders. They are just relevant to make the combination full. But these ones are the essentials. So that means without them, Without them, no course. Of course, not dream course. You may be given the course, but not the dream course. That means you won't get the career, because that is the technique, that is the criteria we are supposed to follow. The relevance are now the remainders. So if you're having X, Y, and Z, and X, Y are the essential, remember all these ones are now the principal subjects. Let's say X, Y are the essential. That means Z, the remainder, is the relevant, is the one acting as the relevant. You get, if your combination is P, Q, R, and let's say P and R are the essentials of a given course, that means the remainder Q is becoming the relevant. You need to know that. They'll ask you which one is your relevant. You must be knowing that knowledge, because you're seeing it here very clearly. Do you see it? Relevant subjects and the desirables. So you need to be knowing all this. What are your relevant? What are your essentials? You need to be knowing, so that you know where you're supposed to put the energy. And this knowledge is not going to change, because it will forever be the mode of university admission. You get? So that means the relevant is just there to complete the combination. I think you've realized that. To complete the combination. But I'll guide you about how it is supposed to be completed. A case in point. If at all you're doing biology, if at all you want to do medicine, everyone in this world is aware that for you to do medicine, you should have biology and what? And chemistry. That means you're going to come here and put any subject that you want. Though I'll guide you and tell you that some universities don't entertain that. But I'll guide you. We are going to read everything. Are you listening? So that's why people come here and put math. That's why people come here and put agriculture. That's why people come here and put FN. There are people who put their what? Geography. Because the courses they really want are biology and chemistry as the essentials. And you may find out that really someone has issues with math. But I'm going to give you all details from the ministry, so that before you risk it to remove math and put agriculture, you know what you're risking and you know what is going to come out of that. By the time you remove math and put geography, you know what you're risking. Hope I'm communicating. So you cannot just come out of the blue and put your history. You can put the history, but what is that? It is a bit funny, because now you're mixing science and art, or science and humanities, which doesn't really work out. So don't say, they told us, provided you have the two essentials, you can put any relevant you want just to complete the combination. Yes, you can do BCH, but what is that? Why would you on earth combine history and chemistry in the same combination? Doesn't work out, it doesn't tally. So all that guidance is coming. So you just follow up. Just follow up very well. So you people, that is about how the combination is actually broken down. The other thing that I really want to add on, that these subsidiaries or the subsidiary subjects have another name. They call them desirables, or the desirable subject. Desirables. Depending on the country, you can just put your letter A to make it full desirables, but you can just write the word desire and then add ables. So when they talk of desirables, have it in mind, it is the subsidiaries. The GP and either submath or sub-ICT. Are we together? Hope you are together. I don't want to leave anyone behind. Just be noting down the questions that are arising from my explanation. So, be the student who is aware that a combination is divided broadly into two principal and subsidiaries. Principals and subsidiaries. Then, be aware that subsidiaries have another name, and that name is desirables. Then have it in mind that the principles are divided into essentials and relevance, where the essentials are those subjects that are key to your dream course, hence lead you to the dream career. That means without them being essential, you cannot get the dream course. That means you won't have the road to the career. The relevants are there to just make the combination complete, but you should know which relevant works where. And how do you know that? From the notes of the ministry that we are going to go through and see how best you can choose a combination. So that is the simple breakdown, the general overview of a combination. So I'll come here and tick. Someone had put something in our screen. I don't accept that. So never put anything in our screen if you really want to have peace with me. That's one thing that really peace says me off. Okay, so breakdown of the combination. We are done. Now, this is the most important part. Yeah, we have reached point 5. And when we are done with point 5, trust me, the meeting shall be done. Because that's what most of you are asking. What are those important factors that I'm really supposed to consider as I'm choosing a subject combination? What do I really depend on? The very first thing I'm going to tell you, results don't matter. They don't. They don't matter. So I'm going to come here. So the introduction is done. So hope you people know principles versus subsidiaries. Hope you now know essentials versus relevance versus desirables. Okay, important factors. Now, the very first thing I'm going to put here, results don't matter. Results don't matter, results don't decide. So I'm going to first tell you the secret. So results don't matter, results don't decide, results don't matter. Let me tell you this. You would be this student who has been here studying from senior 1 up to senior 4, and you've been getting your marks. I told you this yesterday in the WhatsApp channel. I recorded an audio. So if you've been passing, maybe towards papers, you lost a beloved one. Maybe towards the papers, you got a disease. Maybe towards the papers, you got some psychological torture that you couldn't tell anyone. Please, Eric, remove the red line you've put in our screen. Don't write in the screen. Kindly be organized. So there could be some disturbance that came in towards the end and you ended up failing papers or not passing them to your expectations. But you've been this student who has been performing. That means you actually had the potential, but because something came up towards the end, it confused you all and you got disturbed. Are we together? So what really matters is what you feel inside. If deep inside you're like, I can really do this combination and pass, then proceed. Please do it. Do it. Provided you feel that, yeah, I can do biology, do it. I can do chemistry, do it. The only thing that should stop you from taking on a subject is you feeling deep down that you cannot really pass physics. You leave it. But where do you get the urge or the determination that I can really pass physics? If at all one of your sole aims is becoming an engineer, of course it depends which kind of engineering. There are sorts of engineering like software which don't need physics. That means doing physics. If you want to be a software engineer and physics is hard for you, you're wasting time. And that's what people don't know. But thank God that you're going to learn everything right now and today, so that you do the needful. I want you to listen. I want to leave this meeting when people are telling me after the meeting on WhatsApp that, Doctor, this is my combination. Doctor, this is the combination I've chosen. Are we together? So results don't matter. The results are only important to the school that is going to admit you. But if at all you can convince a school and tell the school I got issues, but I believe I can do this combination, give me only one term. All I know, there is no school that you can commit to and it refuses to admit you. If you feel you can, Tell the school I got issues during uni, but I was very sick. Kindly admit me, give me the combination I want. Give me one term. If I don't get above 18 points, I'll change school, or you give me another combination. But I believe I'll get 18 points or more, so that you work hard. That's why as Science Scholars Academy, we hope you attain that. Because those students who have been studying with us, students have been finding it very hard to study senior 5 work before exams, but now they are panicking. But I told them long time last year in 2025 that please, if you're sure that your combination is supposed to have biology, it is supposed to have at least, okay, you're sure about one subject, because there is no way someone can change from BCM to HLD. Never. At least during your O-level, you're sure that at least biology must be there, at least math should be there, at least chemistry should be there. And I told those people to come and study. They have been studying. So those people are going to get A's in chemistry of senior 5 first term, because term 1 work is done. I'm going to guide you about where you can get that work. Just settle down and listen. I'm now giving you a gig, a technique you can use to buy the trust of those schools, which may not admit you because of the results. Simply tell them, can I sign a commitment? And I really show you what really I am. Because trust me, you'll get the points in term 1. They will motivate you to read hard and pass even more. Because with passing ALevel, you just need that positive feedback. Pass the very first exam, let it motivate you to pass the next exam, like that. So the cycle just continues up to where? Up to the final UNEB exams, and you pass. The problem comes when you're not consistent. That's when things become very weird and worse, and you end up losing it all. So let me hope we are together. Okay? Now, choosing the combination is really very sensitive because one, it is going to determine your future career and goals. Because when you choose BCM, when you very well know you cannot do BCM, that means you're not going to get any course at the university after you getting 2 points. That's how you branch. You now use your senior 4 results. Are you seeing? You're wasting time. And the moment you do senior 6 and you end up using senior 4 results, most people end up hating themselves. So to avoid all that, do the right thing. Let me hope we are together. Do the right thing so that you don't end up erring like such people who do senior 6 and then later use senior 4 results. Now, in whatever I'm going to teach you, in all the factors that I'm going to talk about that you should really consider as you're choosing the combination, do that strictly, do that, I don't know, but do it so much carefully. Very much well knowing that you're determining your future. Because all your life is around your combination. Why? It is what you get after senior 6 that determines whether you're going to continue with the university, whether you're going to branch and use senior 4 results, whether you're going abroad to do something else, whether you're going abroad to have further studies. So if it is senior 6 results that matter, that means it starts with choosing the right combination. So please listen and listen. Prepare questions. During that question and answer session, you just ask whatever you want. Okay, point 1. What is that very first factor, important factor you consider before you go for a combination? The meeting has what? Has started. Future career goals and professional direction. Which profession do you really want to go for? And what are your future career goals? Who do you really want to be? Things like that. And I'm saying it is point 6 on the agenda. So let's see point 6 on the agenda. Point 6 on the agenda, it's saying we are supposed to peruse through information on public universities admission. And this is where the gist is. I don't know if you guys have heard of the gist. Baganda call it ekinyusi, the matter of the meeting, the gist. these other things they're just lousy. Yeah, these other things are just for fun. What students should expect at A-level, how to prepare for success, learning resources, platforms, school environment, those ones are very easy. But now, information on public universities. Remember what public universities do, even the privates copy, so that the country is uniform. So whatever you're going to get here is what you need. I told you we are choosing a combination by back titration, if at all I'm to relate to chemistry, that we are using our future careers, our professional directions to come and confirm which really combinations can we really go for that can give us that path we are supposed to follow. Are we together? Now, the information is here. Someone may be like, how can I really confirm that that is information from or on public? You can see Republic of Uganda, of course, it's our country, Ministry of Education and Sports, and this is what? Information on public universities admission for this academic year. Which academic year is your academic year? Of course, you understand? It is your academic year. Now, you people, your academic year, I mean the one you're in for. Okay, the one you're going to join senior 5. But your academic year is different. Because your friends who are currently in senior 6 are going to university next year, which is 2027. So their academic year will be 2027. Are you listening? 2028. Then you guys, next year in 2027, you'll be in senior 6. So you join senior 6 in 2028. So your academic year will be 2028, 2029. So this is your academic year. But these details never change. They always just change slightly. And provided you're in touch with us, you're connected to our WhatsApp channel, you have access to our YouTube channel, you'll be getting all the updates. You don't need to worry. So someone may be like, what are those public universities in Uganda? As of now, they are 10. As of now, they are 10. So any university that you know that is outside these ones is actually what? Private. But they copy what these ones do. Makerere University in position 1, Mbarara University of Science and Technology. So this one is abbreviated as MOOC. Though the old one was MAC, but it is MOOC. It's also having what they call a business school, the one they call MOBS. Makerere University Business what? School. We have Chambogo, we have Gulu, we have Busitema, we have Muni, we have Kabari, we have Lira, we have Soroti, we have Mountains of the Moon. And there is a reason as to why they are arranged in that order from 1 to 10. I will tell you that order when you're done with senior 6, because you will have passed, you will know what you will have written. I will be guiding you on what you really understand. But don't think that that order is just random. There is a reason as to why the order is like that. Okay. Personally, I had my studies here, Kerry University. Okay. Now, let's go back to page 15. Now, I'm going to share this book after. Everyone is supposed to have their own copy. Whatever we are going to use today, I'm supposed to share it. Because you cannot understand everything from here. And when you realize this document is 78 pages, we cannot discuss whatever is on 78 pages today. But I can guide you on, I can give you the key for whatever is on the 78 pages so that you later on check on what you want and confirm. Are we together? Okay. Now, in A-level, there is what they call weight. Before you're given, I want you to listen. Before you're given a course at the university, they are supposed to calculate your weight first. It is the weight that makes you to qualify for a given course. I want you to listen, very important. I want you to listen. What I'm saying is very important. Your level results can be converted into what they call weight. Let me show people something here so that you get to know what I'm saying. All of you have O-level results. So those O-level results you have, they can be converted into what they call weight. Even the A-level results, the same thing. They can be converted into what they call weight. So when these two weights are added, of course, we obtain what we call total what? Total weight. I want you to listen. I want you to listen. In the old curriculum, because O-level results are now different from those of the old curriculum, you people are awarded with A, B up to D, up to E, sorry. But those days it was D1, D2, you all know those things of 8 aggregates and first grade, grade 1 and so on. But now this time around, things are a bit different. So I cannot go into the details of how the weight is calculated. We don't need that right now. And I also not go into the details of how the A-level results are converted into weight. We don't need that. Why? Now I'm going to tell you something. In the old curriculum, the total weight, by this I mean total weight, it was 53 for the boys. It was the total weight for the boys. And then the total weight for the girls was 54.5. At least I know at one point of your academic life, you have ever heard of a saying that girls are added an extra 1.5 weight at the university because of there are a lot of disturbances they come across or they encounter as they study. They waste a lot of time in personal administration. They undergo menstruation. They undergo depression, a lot of things. So because of all what they go through as girls, they are given that extra 1.5. So when it is added to this 53, that's how we come out with the 54.1.5. But this was the old curriculum with the O-level weight being calculated from the other D1, D2, C3, and 18.8. But now it is something different because you guys even have project work. So how that weight is being calculated, it is not yet out as of now. But remember, this is being recorded as of February of 2026. So maybe if someone listens to this in 2028, maybe the calculation will be in existence. And all they will have to do is to get in touch. And when they get in touch, you know what happens. Are we together? Okay. Now, they used to say that if at all a boy is to get medicine and surgery, the minimum they should have should be 51.5. So this is what they used to call the cut-off points. I don't know if people have heard of that word, cut-off points, cut-off points, cut-off weight. That means if a boy is having 51, that boy will not get medicine at Makerere. So this is what they used to call the cutoff. So you realize that we are not even supposed to go into how the weight is calculated for. After all, the weight is higher when you pass. So as of now, we just need to know which course needs which subjects and how can we pass those subjects so that we can get the subjects, have a combination, pass it highly, have a very great weight, get the course at the university. Because it is after your exams that you're supposed to fill what they call the Pujab forms. But you learn all these things when you're done with A-level. We shall have a session again. Just be part of the WhatsApp channel. I'll be guiding you all time. So they are what we call PJAB forms. They are the ones you feel it's like you're applying for government sponsorship. So if you're not getting what PJAB means, the PJAB form is like you're applying for the government sponsorship. And that's where you always put the courses you think you will get. How do you think you will get? You calculate the weight on your own and then use the most previous cutoff. Now I've told you that you people, your year is 2028, 29. So you'll use the cutoff points of the 2027, 2028 guys. You use their cutoff, but you learn those things slowly. At this time, let things of cutoff not pressurize you. Just understand as of now that the X is it. So that your mind will recall after papers. You're like, there are things of PJAB, those things of weight, those things of cutoff. I really need to calculate and see how can I fill those forms and put my choices and see if maybe government will give me. You all know campus starts around August. But remember, you finished UNEB in December and results came back in March. So between March and August, that's when the government releases these lists. And you know where you're going, what you have, things like that. It doesn't usually take time because they just set the system and the system does things automatically. So have it in mind after your papers. You should sit down, calculate your weight, see which courses will really work for you, and everything will just be marvelous. Are we together? Okay, now this is it. How do you know that my course or your dream course needs these subjects? It's now what we are going to handle. So about the weight, I've told you that let's wait until further notice. So this document is having the program. So when they say program, it is the course. A program. When they say program, it is a course. And as of now, the university I'm considering is Makerere, because that is the best university in Uganda and East Africa. Uganda and East what? It's East Africa, best university. Now, you need to know that it is a university. A university has a lot of things. Let me brief you so that you learn, because you're supposed to, knowledge is never toxic. So the university is now the big thing. Now, just like you people, you people are in now school. University is not a school. But a school, you're going to learn something. People are in school, or what I may call high school, because you're now going for ALevel. So when you go to those schools, they have classes, senior 5, senior 6. Then those classes have what we call what? Streams. So from school, we go to class, we go to a stream. Maybe the classes we have senior 5 and senior 6. Then maybe stream, we have the stream for arts, we have the stream for sciences. There are some of you have arts 1, there are those who you will find arts 1, arts 2. You will find senior 5 science 1, you will find senior 5 science 2. You find senior 5 biological, you'll find senior 5 physical. You find those other things. So when it comes to a university, from a university you have what we call colleges. Are you listening? Then from colleges, you get schools. That's how universities are. For example, if you are a student who is doing pharmacy, your college, I want you to listen very well. Your college is called the College of Health Sciences. You're doing pharmacy. So your college is the College of Health what? Health Sciences. You're going to see so many colleges. Someone may be like, why are you choosing this college? Because it was my college. So I'm supposed to give you information about something I'm completely sure of. Then if I told you a student of pharmacy, your school is now the school of what? School of Pharmacy. So the best statement is, that you're so and so under School of Pharmacy, which School of Pharmacy is under the College of what? Health Sciences, which College of Health Sciences is under Makerere what? University. If you're a student of medicine, then for you at the School of what? Medicine. They call it SOM, this one they call it SOP. We have what we call the School of Law, it is called SOL. School of Law, School of Pharmacy, School of Medicine. Why I'm telling you all that, when we reach this document that we are supposed to go through, you're going to see these things of College of Agriculture and Environmental Sciences, and they tell you it is called CAES. Because some of you want to do food science and technology, so is it really bad to know the college which you will go to? And these colleges have the same names. Though in other universities they may be called faculties. You just need to be okay with everything, with whatever you'll find. But I've told you the university I'm using, Makerere, because others copy it. All the people who organize these things try to have the standard at Makerere and make sure also others are up to standard. So it's what I will use. But even other universities, they're in this very document, so you will know how everything runs. Are we together? I want you to listen carefully. Okay, now, so when you see college of, just know this is a college and it has schools within it. Are we together? If at all any question is coming up, note it down. We have a session of question and what? And answer. I want us to be so fast because we started at around 8:30. I want the session to be about 2 hours. So that means by 11, all of us should be asleep. Okay? Now, I'm going to be a bit fast. Just interpreting for you what I mean. You all know that the desirable subjects, there are 3. I sub ICT. Are you listening? Sub ICT, sub math, general paper. So you will not see any other subject in this column of desirable subjects if it is not any of those. You understand? That's why you're seeing desirables, general paper, computer studies. Are you following? Let me tell you something small. Let me tell you something small. Okay. Desirables, general paper, sub-math, computer studies. 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 General paper, sub-math, you see that? General paper, computer and everything. So you will not find any other subject under desirables because you already know them. Now, what I really want you guys to concentrate on is this column of essential subjects or essential subjects. I may not go through all of them, but I'm sharing this document after. Those people who will be or who will listen to this in the future, I'm going to attach the drive link in the description of this video. Of course, it is on YouTube because we are also live on YouTube. I'm going to put the drive link of all the documents we have used in this meeting in the description of the video. That's where you find them. If not that, you just make sure you're on all our social media platforms. The drive link to most of our public documents exists it there. We have numbers of our support people. I'm going to give them to you. My number is also here. Those you may need to reach out afterwards. In case, it's here. Because I don't want people to leave the meeting and they have not benefited. You can just take a screenshot and keep this somewhere. Okay, someone can write it in the chat so that people can have it because now we are supposed to proceed. Okay, now, if I told you there and you're this person who wants to do agriculture engineering, when you see B, S and that means a Bachelor of Science. Yeah. It means Bachelor of Science in, Bachelor of Science in, Bachelor of Science in, Bachelor of Science in. So if you're there and you really want to do agricultural engineering, I want you to listen. Some of you think for you to do agricultural engineering, you need agriculture. But Makerere University said no. It is not even the essential. Because of the word engineering, it makes mathematics and physics to be what? The essential ones. Someone may be like, what do agricultural engineers do? That's why I'll send you to the internet. I don't want this meeting to have what really you become when you do it. Because certain things require you to do what? To go for further studies. Like for example, I cannot tell you that when you do medicine, you become an oncologist. When you say oncologist, that means after you doing general medicine, you went ahead and specialized to only deal with cancer patients. So I cannot guarantee you that when you do BCM, you will become an oncologist. No. When you do BCM, it just gives you a pathway, a direct pathway to doing medicine and surgery. And after that degree, you may now want to specialize more and say, for me, I will deal with cancer patients. Let me go for a master's and hence PhD in oncology. If you want to deal with the brain, you'd be like, for me, I will proceed with neurosurgery because my destination is being a neurosurgeon. And you should be ready to be in school for more than 50 years, which is very okay. No problem, because more than 50 years, starting from baby class. Okay? Now, that means if your dream is doing agriculture engineering, make sure mathematics and physics are part. Then the relevant, I told you that one is just there to fill the combination and make it complete. They are telling you that the relevant can either be chemistry, so that means the person will be doing mathematics and physics as the essentials, then chemistry as the relevant. And those three, a total of three, makes up what we call the principal subjects. That's why someone comes up and says, for me, I'm going to do PCM. But if at all you have issues with chemistry, but still you want to do agriculture engineering, you have an option of agriculture. Then you do PAM. I want you to listen. Remember, for you now, you're deciding. But you're going to reach a school which does not allow PAM. That's why somewhere in this meeting, now the meeting has started. The meeting has now started. That's why somewhere we have a bullet that says school environment and subject or resource availability. It's not that all schools have the same combinations. For me, in a school that does not allow BCM, I know the school, it is in northern Uganda. It does not allow BCM. It only allows BCA and some other courses. Because they are near a university that may not really need you to have math for you to do a certain course in health sciences. But we shall discuss that at the right time. So, as you're deciding, for you first decide and have your list. But when you visit a school, find out whether they accompany for that combination. If you have issues with chemistry and agriculture, but you want to do agriculture engineering, you have another option of economics. Do physics, economics, and math. That's the combination they call PEM. Physics, economics, and math. If at all chemistry, agriculture, economics are very hard, go for geometry and mechanical drawing. If they're hard, go for geometry and building drawing. Now, those are what they call vocational subjects. I'll tell you about those subjects because now someone will be like, hey, now which ones are these subjects? I believe some of you have heard of these things before. Let me first show you something small about those subjects that really exist at ALevel. Hey, because someone may be like, but which ones are the subjects at ALevel? Let's all look here. I told you we came here to learn, and all of us are going to do what? To learn. Now, these are the subjects at ALevel. Now, your new adapted curriculum, which has the content of old curriculum and it's only the form of assessment that changed. Have it in mind, whatever you guys are going to study at A-level, it's what was present in the old curriculum. Let no one lie to you that you're going to find those things of rocks. Never. The chemistry is very different. The math is very serious. The only similarity may be about the form of assessment, which requires you to have real content, really attempt that work. So A-level is very hard, I'm telling you point blank. If you don't strategize well, you'll be gone. So the curriculum has 29 subjects and they are divided organized into 5 broad categories. We have the humanities, we have the sciences and mathematics. This was supposed to be mathematics. We have the vocational subjects, we have the languages, we have the subsidiaries. The subsidiaries, these ones you already know. The mathematics is here, the sciences are these ones. So since our academy is called Science Scholars Academy, that means this is what we basically concentrate about. And a few vocational subjects. But as Science Scholars Academy, this is where our concentration is. The humanities, history, economics, IRI, CRI, geography. Vocational ones, art, music, clothing and textiles, foods and nutrition, entrepreneurship, education, agriculture, principles and practice, woodwork, technical drawing, metalwork. Languages, we have the literature in English, we have Arabic, we have the foreign languages and the local languages. You can go through them. Subsidiaries, they're also there. So someone may be like, where are you really getting these subjects from? So every subject we are going to be reading here, still in this document that we have, the subjects at the other side, the 29. So we are choosing everything from there and trying to organize them according to this. So let me hope we are now back. If at all I'm leaving you behind, please raise up your hand. If at all the issue is very serious, but if at all the issue can wait, you can just wait for me to continue and finish up. So if at all you want to do food science and technology, which is a very good course, you should make sure that biology and chemistry are part. That's why if you want to do food science and technology and you end up doing mathematics, you're wasting time, especially if you have issues with math. If you want to do food science and technology, make sure biology and chemistry, they are part. Add on food and nutrition. It is very easy. It is easier than math. Go for it. But if you have issues with mathematics, it is understandable. You can now do agriculture. You can even do PCB. But why would you go for PCB? Yet you want food science and technology. You have an option of agriculture and foods and nutrition. Go for them. This is Makerere University. You get the course. Are we together? What if you want to do a Bachelor of Science? A Bachelor in Science with agriculture. I told you that BSc is Bachelor of Science, Bachelor in Science, depending on the English that really makes sense to you. So they are saying that the essential subjects, I want you to listen very carefully. I told you that the principles is the principal subjects are divided into 2. The part that is essential, the part that is relevant. The essentials are usually 2. The relevant is 1. That's why relevant, everywhere you're seeing 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. And then the essentials, you're seeing 2 of them, mathematics and physics, biology and chemistry. You're seeing even at some point we have 2, 2, 2. Are you following? Now, if you want to do a Bachelor of Science or Bachelor in Science with agriculture, and you end up doing BCA, there are those who want to do that course. So many people. If you want to know about what that course is, now you can make research on the internet. So if at all you do BCA, and now you want to do a Bachelor of Science or Bachelor in Science with agriculture, They are telling you that all these ones are important. So it's like all of them are essential. Now, for a case where all of them are essential, do you know what those guys do? They pick the two you've done better. Are you getting the point? Remember, they are supposed to be divided into two groups. This group that is having the two subjects, and the other group with only one subject. But what if all of them are essential for the course you want to do? For example, you're doing BCA and you chose Bachelor of Science with Agriculture. What they do, they choose the two subjects. You've actually what? Done better. If at all it is biology and chemistry that you performed better, then they will take these ones as the essentials and then take the other one that has been performed poorer as the relevant. Why do they do that? Because remember, we have calculations of weight, and essentials have a higher weight than relevance. That's why they choose the better done as the essentials, because essentials carry a higher weight. So it is in your favor to come up with a very high weight to get the course that you really want. Hope that is done. So when you see such a statement, I don't know why some people are writing in my screen. I think the next person to write in the screen, I'm going to just remove you from the meeting. I hate people who have that excitement. Okay, but someone who came to the screen, you scared me a bit. My heart skipped a bit, but I think I'm back. Okay, now, where are we? So you can see that if at all it is Bachelor in Science with a Greek, two better done of Biology, Chemistry, and Agriculture, any of them, two. So you can see there are other subjects they are giving you. They are telling you physics is very irrelevant, geography is very irrelevant, mathematics is very what? Irrelevant. You can even see that agriculture is even part of the relevance. That means you can get that Bachelor of Science with Agriculture even when you don't have agriculture anywhere. You can give it to you. Very well. Let's say you have PCB. Do you agree with me that someone with PCB can be given that one? So now we are going to go into a question and answer. I see if people have really gotten this. I don't want to overspeak. But you people, if at all someone has PCB and they want the Bachelor of Science with Agriculture, they can be given it. Because the essentials, they want two better done of biology and chemistry, which you have in PCB. And the relevant, they want one better done. Where physics is part of PCB, you can get that course and it takes you wherever you want. So these are the courses, you can go through them. So these are all the courses under that College of KAES, the College of Agriculture and Environmental Sciences in Makerere University. We have other colleges. Now, these are what they call privately sponsored programs. Why they call them private? Yes, it's a public university. But by private, they mean you're going to be paying for yourself fees. Then, okay, if at all you're not on government sponsorship, you're on private sponsorship, but still on a public or at a public university. Hope you understand that. Yeah. So these other things are very important, though they use them as your registering. As of now, I don't want to talk about them. Because here they are talking of a pass in biology at ALevel. A pass means a D currently. So make sure in all the subjects you're going for, you shouldn't be having an E anywhere in that subject. Because it may affect you as you're getting national merit. National merit, I mean government sponsorship after senior 6. So make sure the minimum you should be having is a D. And also inquire from the school that if you're really having a D, shall it really accept you to fill the Punjab form with a given course? And since I'm going to share this book, get time and read through and see. Are we together? Now, there are these subjects that don't even care about what you've done, like applied psychology, Bachelor of Arts, Bachelor of Music, Bachelor of Social Work. But this one is for humanities, and I told you the humanities are here. History, economics, IRE, CRE, geography. Are we together? So any of the humanities that you really have, they don't care. They don't care. For essentials, they just pick for you the two best done, two best done, two best done. And then the relevant, the other third one. That just fills up the combination to be a complete one. And the desirables you can see. I told you about them. So this is how you can really choose a combination, but from the course. Now there are these ones they call district quota. I told you that district quota, if at all you don't get national merit, you can get sponsorship at district quota. National merit, there are people who have been the best nationwide. But you could also have a very good mark in relation to your district. So there is what they call district merit also. But you learn more about that when you're done with senior 6. Just keep part of the WhatsApp channel. Ushauri is coming to guide you on how to do different things. Hope we are together. Okay? Now, we proceed. Privately sponsored programs, I've told you what that means. This is now another college of education and external studies. I told you about that. Some of you really want to become teachers, and many of you are going to become teachers because the course is highly demanded. Very good course. It's not bad. So you can see, Bachelor of Arts Education, provided you want to teach any arts subject. Any arts subjects. Essentials, they pick the two best done, and the relevance, they just get the third better done. And you can see all the subjects were listed. So someone can be like, oh, that means I can come and do economics, literature, and economics, literature, and maybe which other one this side, history. Then someone says, for me, I'm going to do history, economics, and literature. You see how combinations are chosen? But that's after someone saying, for me, in my entire life, I want to become a teacher of geography. I really want to become a teacher of art and design. I want to be a teacher of Chinese. I want to be a teacher of literature. I want to be a teacher of economics. I want to be a teacher of history. I really love God. I want to be a teacher of CRA. So you can just be like, oh, that means I can come and go for CRA, which is divinity. Are we together? Can be like, oh, I can also go for geography. Then maybe somewhere in the middle I can put entrepreneurship. You understand? And they be like, for me, I will do DTG. This T is for entrepreneurship, yeah? Though most people just write D, then Ent, then G. Meaning divinity, CRE, entrepreneurship, then geography, things like that. Now, those of you who want to teach biology, chemistry, math, and so on and so forth, are we together? If at all you want to deal with biological education, so there's what they call biological education and physical education. I want you to listen. Most of you flop from here. And there are some of you who really want to be teachers. And it's a very good course. So here I'm going to concentrate. About district quota and privately sponsored, I told you. Now this is it. If I told you, like, for me, I want to do biological education, then your combination should have biology and what? And chemistry. If I told you want to do physical education, physics is not a must. That's where people make mistakes. For physical education, mathematics is the only essential. And then physics or chemistry. Are you listening? That means even a person of BCM can go for physical education. Because under physical, the essentials, it is mathematics and either chemistry or physics. That means someone can be like, oh, for me, I want to be a teacher of math. That means if I want to be a teacher of math, mathematics should be part. Then you'd be like, for me, this physics and chemistry, I think what may work for me, someone may say, let me choose physics. Are you listening? After choosing math and physics, they are now your essentials. Now, come out of all these ones and choose only one relevant. And for me, I advise someone choose economics. Choose economics. Because now you cannot come and choose biology. You cannot. You cannot choose biology. You cannot do physics, biology, and math. I've not heard of that. You cannot do that. Physics, biology, and math, you may collapse. So you end up doing physics, economics, and math. Because you want to do physical education at campus and become a teacher and proceed to masters and then teach better people and even get scholarships abroad and teach chemistry in the US. If at all you have such dreams. So you can see anyone to do biological education, biology and chemistry, they are a must. The other relevant, you either choose physics, PCB, or you choose mathematics, BCM. Are we together? So what is the funny bit of this? If at all you're doing PCM, you can only do physical education, you cannot do biological. Because biological, biology and chemistry are essentials and biology is missing here. But if at all you're doing BCM, you can do both biological and physical education. Why? Biological education, you need biology and chemistry essentials, which are there. Physicals, you need mathematics, which is here, and any of physics or chemistry, which is here. Chemistry already. And biology is here under the what? The relevance. Are you seeing that? So someone with BCM can have both physical and biological education. Physicals, you're teaching mathematics, chemistry, and physics. Biologicals, you're not allowed to teach math because math is this side of the what? Of the relevance. So the essential subjects are the ones you're supposed to do what? To teach. Then if at all you want to go for economics education, mathematics and economics are essentials. This side you choose what you want. You can see that there is biology, but you cannot do BEM. So the combination BEM, there are students who do it in Uganda. But why do you do it? You're not even going to find it in any school. So you can see that these notes are actually supporting you as a student to do BEM. But BEM does not exist in most schools. Schools decided to choose the combinations they really want students to go for. Are we together? So math and econ. That's why people do MEG. People do PEM. But someone cannot do math, economics, and chemistry. That combination is also not there. But Makerere allows it. But schools don't. So you can't do it. They give you options. So they really want you to do things that really work out. So for mathematics and economics, where they are essentials, the relevant subjects expected it is physics and geog, which is either PEM or MEG. Are we together? Okay, now let's go to the bachelor. So this is the college I told you. This was my college. I cannot leave this without telling you, without talking about it, because most of you really want to hear this. Now, I'm not going to explain anything. This is the Bachelor of Medicine and Surgery. The people who become general doctors and so on. Bachelor of Dental Surgery, people who become dentists. Bachelor of Pharmacy, the pharmacists. You people, it's not only pharmacists, it's not only dental surgeons, it's not only dentists, it's not only doctors, general doctors. There are so many professions, but that is after you've proceeded with education. You go to masters, you go to PhD, you do a lot of research and so on. So you just go to the internet. If I do a bachelor's, but why should that really, why should you really be bothered? Right now, what should bother you? All you know, you need medicine. All you need dental surgery. All you need is pharmacy. All you need is nursing here. Are you listening? But someone had called, but I've switched them off because now we are the gist of the meeting, as I told you. Now, all you know, as of now, all you know that I need nursing. And nursing, you know the combination it needs. Now, first pass the combination, get the nursing. Now, start thinking from nursing when you already have the course. Now, start thinking, what can I really do after? And make sure you get government sponsorship. Because when you get it, you will have the freedom. I'll tell you more about the freedom I mean. Because I know there are parents who are attending with us. But trust me, when you get government sponsorship, you're free. Because the government is giving you pocket money, the government is paying for it, is giving you where to sleep. And what is really better than that? Now, I'm not going to explain anything. I just want to ask a very simple question. So this is the College of Health Sciences, under which there are schools. The person of Bachelor of Medicine and Bachelor of Surgery, the school is School of Medicine. Bachelor of Dental Surgery, the school is called the School of Dentistry. Bachelor of Pharmacy, the school is called School of Pharmacy. Nursing Science, the school is called the School of Nursing. Now this is my question. Remember, we are talking of Makerere University. So I'm asking, if at all someone is doing BCA, or what if someone is doing BCFN, can they get medicine? You tell me, people, can they get medicine? Another person is PCB. Can they get medicine? I want someone who can unmute and give us reasons. But as that person raises up their hand to speak, I want someone in the chat. Or all of you to be telling me, BCA does not get, BCA gets, BCFN gets, BCFN does not get, PCB does not get. That's what I want to really listen from all of you. We are talking of Makerere University, the College of Health Science, and as of now, I'm talking to the people who want to do Bachelor of Medicine and Surgery, Bachelor of Dental Surgery, Bachelor of Pharmacy. Please, Rubama, don't write in our screen. Don't be weird. So, anyone who can raise up their hand and tell me, the person of BCA, do they get medicine at Makerere or not? The person of BCFN, do they get medicine? Do they get dental surgery? Do they get pharmacy or not? And why? Because that's one question people really wanted to leave this meeting when they know. BCA gets, BCFN also gets. Yes, they can get, they cannot. And that's what most people don't know. Let me hope my chat secretary is writing down, because for me, I've skipped up to this point because I've asked a question. BCF gets, you don't get. Those people don't get. People, that means you people are not understanding this thing yet, and you're going to make a very big mistake. If at all one of your dreams is to join Makerere University and you want to do medicine and surgery, the essentials, it is biology and chemistry. So BC should be there. Even dental surgery, BC. Pharmacy, BC. Even other courses, it is here. Are you seeing this? Are you seeing that? Bachelor of Nursing, Science. I want you to follow. What are they saying? They are saying that for the relevance, it is one better than physics and mathematics. That means It is only physics and mathematics that are the relevance accepted for medicine and surgery. So if you have any other, then you cannot, I don't know whether you are getting me, then you cannot get the course. Because for you having agriculture, so a person of BCA, I want people who are going to record this and put it on their status and put it somewhere, because most people are not aware. At Makerere University, a student of BCA cannot get medicine because agriculture is not among the relevance. A student of FN cannot get medicine and surgery, cannot get dental surgery, cannot get pharmacy, cannot get nursing. A point of correction. For that year, are you seeing for nursing, there is something here. For nursing, we can see agriculture as part of the relevance. That means a student of BCA is having the biology and chemistry as the essentials for nursing and agriculture as the what? The relevant. So that person can get nursing. But that person cannot get pharmacy because it is only math and physics as the allowed relevance. Cannot get dental surgery because it's only math and physics as the allowed what? Relevance. But that person can get nursing. So the only people who can do medicine, who can do pharmacy, who can do dental surgery at Makerere University, I repeat, at Makerere University, there are only two people. It is the person doing BCM and the person doing PCB for those three courses. Why? They are having the biology, chemistry, the essentials, and the math of physics under the relevance. Hope we are together. Eh? Someone may be like, what of Mbarara? This document has everything. We are going to follow. Okay. Let me pose a simple question. This course is called Bachelor of Science. I told you this one means Bachelor of Science in Medical Radiography. My question is, if at all someone is doing BCM, can they get it at Makerere? Just tell me in the chat, yes or not. Remember, this is a column. The first column is for essential. This one is for relevance. This last one is for desirables. And you all know desirables. They are the subsidiaries, so I will not explain myself there. So you tell me, if at all someone is doing BCM, can they get medical radiography at Makerere University or they can't? I think some people are picking slowly. You're saying they can't. Yes, they can't. Because the essentials for that course, it is biology and what? And physics, of which BCM has no physics. And I told you without the essentials, you can't have the course. So you will not get that job of being a medical. Someone is asking something very important in the chat. And I don't know how I really skipped that. And this person is sending a private message. Kindly send that message in the chat. Let your friends have a look at it so that the secretary puts it down. Very important. So if at all you don't have physics in your combination, then you cannot be given medical radiography. That means your dream won't come true. And then here they are saying, add on any other that you want. And it is very clear that the moment you have physics and biology as part of your combination, the only option you have is adding their chemistry. That's why there is a saying that it is only PCB students that do that course. Because physics and biology, they are what? The essential ones, and what? Of course, it is chemistry that can fit there well for you to be on a safe side. Hope we are together. So there is Bachelor of Language and Speech Therapy. You can also see they only want two subjects, that is biology and chemistry. They don't care which other subject you really want to do. So those people want to become therapists in relation to language and speech. Those people it. Have your biology and chemistry, then add on any subject you want. Even if it is geography, that's why people do BCG. That's why people do BCA. Add on any you want. even if it is PCB. Are we together? If at all now these are other courses and so many other courses, you go through and see that those who want to be lab technicians, the course is here, biomedical sciences. I told you just simply go to Google and ask it, what are those jobs under biomedical science? Someone told me that. For me, they told me this combination BCM, I think someone was telling me PCM. The person told me, they told me this combination PCM does not have jobs, what and what. They told me to do BCM. It's not about jobs, and the world we are going into, by the time people graduate, it won't be about employment. It will be about someone who can really start up something on their own. Of course, not everyone can start up. That means the jobs will be available. That's why they go for the competence-based curriculum, job creation other than job what? Job seeking. So just do what you feel like is comfortable with you, but follow the criteria I'm giving you. Are we together? I told you how this one is interpreted. Now, for me, I want to go to, I talked about arts. I've talked about biology. Those who want to join College of Health Sciences, I told you about this. Now, I want to talk about engineering a bit. These ones I told you, Bachelor of Science, Biological, Physical, you know what those things mean. I want to go to the college called SEDAT. Yeah, this one is for Business and Management Sciences. Those who want to go for it. It is not hard. I want to go to the college called SEDAT. Yeah, for my engineers. There is a college at Makerere University called SEDAT. So the other one is College of Health Sciences for the doctors, CHS. So SEDAT is College of Engineering, Design, Art and what? Technology. Now, there are those people who want to do, you can see, civil engineering, electrical engineering, mechanical engineering. I want you to listen. Hey, there are so many. Computer and communications engineering, land surveying and geomatics, Bachelor of Science, talking of quantity surveying, valuation, talking of fine art, industrial art and applied design, visual communication and design, communication design and multimedia. So if I told you there and for you want to do petroleum engineering, have it in mind it's not there at Makerere University. For that year, you never know for your year it may come. But it may come under those that are privately what? Sponsored. Because you need to pay for them. Maybe they are involving in international lecturers. So you can say, I'm not seeing anywhere. I'm not seeing anywhere petroleum engineering. So you can see forever I was circling engineering, physics and math, physics and math, physics and math. Hey, listen, even here, physics and math, physics and math. All sorts of engineering. Now, people are going to be struggling with PCM. You're struggling with PCM, but chemistry is not essential anywhere. I want you to listen. Because this meeting was strictly for my engineers. Because I know people who want to do engineering, their focus is here. If it's not civil, it is electrical or mechanical. And to make matters worse, there are those who want to do architecture. And they are not aware that even with architecture, it is worse. That even physics is not important. That if at all for you want architecture, physics is not actually important. You're going to waste precious time. But remember, we are talking of Makerere what? University. So, if I told you this student who has the love of chemistry, especially if you're at Science Scholars Academy, for example, those people who are now going in senior 6 this year, we completed the syllabus last holiday. All work. Someone may be like, how did you complete the syllabus? You're lying. Before I proceed with my engineers, let me show you something small. Yeah, some of you may be like, you're lying. So there is where we keep our work. I told you that the YouTube channel, we put there just sample classes for people to get to know more about Science Scholars Academy. But we have what we call the Google Drive where we keep work. Someone may be like, you're lying. You cannot complete the chemistry syllabus. We completed. This is our drive where we keep work. You can see principal math, principal physics, principal chemistry, principal biology. People were asking me, why do you call them principals? I think you now know. Because they are principal subjects. They are this side of X, Y, and Z. The curriculum developers don't call them principals, but they only call principal math for a reason I gave you. But these ones for me I attach because I know they are principal subjects. Though there is no sub-chemistry, but for me I stubbornly attach it. So you can see principal chemistry. We have there senior 5 chemistry folder and senior 6. So under senior 5 folder, we have term 1, term 2, term 3 work. Someone may be like, how do you really know that that work is divided according to terms? Of course, they are what they call curriculum books. Which curriculum books I'm going to send to you? I'm showing you this work now because some of you, immediately after this meeting, you're supposed to access this work. Because I want you to finish term 1 work. So when you finish term 1 work, you're going to go to school as your other friends are confused about combinations and so on. For you already decided, you even know what teachers are teaching, you pass papers, you get a bursary in term 2, you come back and thank me. And also encourage your friends to come in holiday and study with us. Because at the end of the meeting, I'm going to show you some information that is about us, more information about us, so that you know what we do. Before this meeting, I was in a prep lesson that I ended at 7:45 because we also do homeschooling for these people. But homeschooling, you study from home, but you're supposed to be focused. Because imagine teaching someone who is from TikTok, and even after the lesson, they are going on TikTok. It's a bit hard. But if at all one is focused, you just teach them, assess them, and they pass. Then in holidays, we handle so many students of the country from different areas. They come and study with us at very affordable prices. And they study with us all science subjects, as I told you. So you just need to be very okay. So this is some of the work we've been covering. We have been teaching students since 2015. Just because most of you are now just aware of it, because we don't deal with ALevel. Some of you have just gotten phones. Most students get phones in ALevel in Uganda. That's why Science Scholars Academy strictly and strictly handles students at ALevel. So, term 1 work, are you seeing the topics? Those are the only topics you're supposed to study in chemistry. In senior 5 term 1, according to the syllabus, you're supposed to do moles and equations, atomic structure and electronic structure, then bonding and structure. So when I click in moles and equations, you can see that under the very first topic, moles and equations, we have 4 subtopics. Someone may be like, but how do you know that these are the subtopics? The syllabus book. I'm going to show you the syllabus books. Because now we are somewhere as far as the combination is concerned. But what is the content in the combination? How do I really strategize well and do everything well? In your vacation, handle term 1 work. When you're back for term 1 holiday, most students don't understand what teachers will have taught in term 1. So they will be struggling to revise term 1 work. In term 1 holiday, for you'll be doing the reverse. You'll be covering term 2 work. Then in the last week of the holiday, you revise term 1 work chap. Or even in the last 4 days, because you're now visiting it for the 3rd time. First time was in VAC, second time was at school, third time you're revising it. Maybe, and only if you have papers in the first week of term 2. But I'm going to be giving you all those strategies. Because now the combination, I think people somewhere, they have gotten something. So you can see under masses and atoms of molecules, you can see there is a topic of mass spectrometry. And we have a lesson there. You can see. This is a lesson of long time ago. I was teaching what they call the mass spectrometer. And you missed it. I think I taught it when you guys are in senior 3. Senior 3 third term was, yeah. What you are assuming important. See, that was our mass spectrometer. I think we are watching one of the YouTube videos about how it really operates. So we have our classes. That's how they are played. So let me just show you sample work. Moral concept, you can see the lesson is there. You just watch them like normal videos, but you can only access them when our tutors give you access. And I told you that in vacation you access this work for free, so that you learn something as you're getting a school, as you're doing everything. Sun Scholars Academy does it for you. You get the work for free, you see some work, and then when you're back, you continue from where you've stopped. So whoever is attending the meeting, whoever will listen to this, make sure you have free access to this work. But remember, the offer is for only vacation. Beyond vacation, there is no offer at all. You can see chemical equations and chemical formulae. You know, in the curriculum, you are not being taught equations. Now, these are lessons, chemical formulae, and then that of chemical equations. Lessons of long time ago, but very good classes. You need to sit down and watch them. We always guide you. Especially chemical formulae, some of you completely can't write any formula in chemistry, but you're going to find that as the order of the day, the moment you start ALevel. And you shouldn't really be, you can see, these are some of the things we were doing, writing different things and so on. As you're watching, you can even decide to increase the speed. Do you see that? You increase the speed to times 2. You increase the speed to times 1.5. If the speed is too much, you can even reduce it to times 0.75 and watch at your own pace, at your own time. Some of you work during day, some of you work at night. So your convenience, provided you have the work and you're accessing it for free. So immediately after this meeting, it is not me who gives you access. We are a team of people. So I'm going to give you the team of people who are going to give you access to that work. So don't leave the meeting until we are done, so that you get to know which people exactly are supposed to give you access to this work. Even chemical equations, where we talked of balancing and so on, you just click and the video loads and then it starts. And then you watch. You can see. You can't write. You see, that was the equation between zinc dilute hydrochloric acid. We formed zinc chloride solution and hydrogen gas. We wrote the formula and balanced. And the things you're going to be finding in ALevel. And remember, we are following the syllabus book. We are following the curriculum. So that is the same throughout the work of all terms. Get even your atomic structure, you can see the lessons are there. You can see part 1, part 2. That was term 1. If at all we go to term 2, you can see there are 4 topics. When I go to topic 4, it's having 3 subtopics. When I come here, first subtopic, it's having lesson 1 and lesson 2. When I come to this one, second subtopic, period 3 elements, it's having, but remember, this is now term 2 work. But remember, there are schools that are so fast that they even cover term 2 work in term 1 work. So as the work is focused and you're sure you're doing chemistry, why are you doing chemistry? You want to go to Makerere University and do pharmacy. And chemistry is an essential subject if you really want to join School of Pharmacy under the College of Health Sciences. That means you should even be done with period 3 by now. But some of you, you're even hearing the word period 3 for the first time. So that is quite absurd. So that's how things are. Thermochemistry, the lesson is there. Organic chemistry, part 1. Alkanes, alkenes, alkynes. I don't know if you've heard of this. But remember, we have some of these sample classes on our YouTube channel. So there are some of you really want to first visit the channel and, you can see the introduction. All this was covered with some of the students who have been focused before papers because they were ready. They were ready for anything. And they are now aware nothing has changed. It was just one day. And now they are happy because they had covered something before and now they are just revising. Alkenes, you can see the classes are there. 3 of them, lesson 1, 2, and 3. Alkenes, lesson 1 and 2. Alkynes, the same thing, 1 and 2. You see that? But remember, this is now term 2 work. And if you're done with term 2 work, now you go to term 3 work. You see? Organic chemistry part 1, part 2. Organic chemistry 1, part 2. They're what they call alkyl halides. These are the things in your syllabus. Benzene and methylbenzene, term 3 work. But just imagine you are a vacist, but you have access to what you're supposed to cover in senior 5, term 3. And you're supposed to cover it in term 2 holiday. Because the third term holiday, which is 2 months, you're supposed to cover the whole of Form 6 work and complete. But there are schools I trust that pump you with work to an extent of teaching you senior 6 work in senior 5 term 3. I don't know whether people are trying to get. Now I'm giving you the techniques that will help you cover work in the what? In the future, so that you don't miss this. So you can say, okay, halides, we have 3 classes there. They are there. Benzene, there are 2. I can't forget the number, you see. I know the number of the work that we really have as Science Scholars Academy. We have topic 7 equilibria 1, still under term 3. We have chemical equilibria, there are 8 lessons. 8 lessons, you can see from lesson 1 to lesson 8. So just imagine you have access to this work. You have access to the work. You can watch it anytime. How can you really fail? And during holiday, since the work is already present, in the holiday we just revise. So you're given a task. So I'm just giving you now a hint of how Science Scholars Academy operates. We give you a task that use the whole of today to cover the 3 lessons of alkyl halides. Tonight we are revising. So tonight we come with scenarios to do with alkyl halides. We discuss, tutor-centered. Then via the weekend we have still discussions, but student-centered. Things like that. Hope I'm communicating. You see, ionic equilibria. How many lessons are those? Are they 7? You see, 7 classes. Enjoying. You see, the names are very weird. Just assume or just imagine, from rocks to ionic equilibria. Totally unrelated. So as a person who is going to do civil engineering, why are you coming for chemistry with all these topics? To waste your time. Unless you just believe there are students who are too bright that they can pass chemistry more than economics, then go for chemistry. Because chemistry is part of the relevance, the essentials for civil, it is physics and what? And math. And you people, that marks the end of senior 5 work of chemistry, the whole of it. And we not only have this, it's not only chemistry. So if at all you're done with senior 5 work, there is that one, senior 6 folder. So the same thing. We have senior 6 term 1 work, equilibria 2, the other one was equilibria 1. So you come here and find there phase equilibria. You open it and it has 6 classes. You come and maybe say, let me click lesson 5. You see, it has started. Lesson 5, are you seeing? It is 5 hours and 8 minutes. So we used to study with those people, the ones that are currently in senior 6. We sit down here like the way we are here and have a class of 6 hours, 5 hours. Can you really do that? So as you're planning to be part of Science Scholars Academy throughout your ALevel, just make sure that you're ready for those long classes. They don't happen daily, but once in a while when need arises. There is when need arises and we need to cover a certain topic and complete it at once. We always do that. You can, if I told you're this student who can watch it at a speed of times 2, that means 5 hours, 2.5 you'll be done. But it is hard. You better follow up with the moderate pace. Copy your notes, have your notes, refer to them later. I'll be giving you the techniques of coping up with us. But this is work that you really need. And very few students in the country are aware that such work exists. So as you're really planning to be part of us, make sure you tell your friends more about everything so that they don't miss this chance. especially the vacation offer. Work is free so that in holiday they come revise at a cost. And you really benefit, you really love the classes. You see, even organic chemistry too. Alcohols and phenols, the lesson is there. You see, carbonyl compounds, the lesson is there. You can say, let me watch the third lesson. It is there. It is 2 hours and 8 minutes. I've told you the long lessons are not always, like we don't always have them. You see? This first attack is a mark. Are you seeing the things you're going to find at ALevel? Are you ready for them? They completely don't relate with whatever you've been doing. But that is the chemistry that you're supposed to cover as far as your syllabus is concerned. This one is under now carbonyl compounds. For those who are going to do chemistry, those who want to do dental surgery, those who want to do medicine and surgery, those who want to do what? Nursing, biology and chemistry essential. Okay? Of course at Makerere. But we are going to see what other universities really deliver. Just be on, just be ready. Okay. Now, I cannot expose all the work. Carboxylic acids, the work is there. That is term 1 work. Even term 2 work of senior 6, I'm just proving a point to those people who said maybe the work is not there. This is now term 2. Hope you can see the screen. Okay? Group 14 elements, the work is there. I think people were doing period 2 in ALevel. Now we are in groups. Group 17, the work is there. Just like that. Then if you go to term 3 work of senior 6, you see, organic chemistry 3 amines, the work is there. So the work is actually there. For the few folders that are missing some work, we are supposed to cover that work together. You can see you have the option of revision and e-library where we put books and assignments. But this is our private drive. So you can only access it when you're given access. So use the chance of VAC, cover some work of term 1, go for term 1, enjoy term 1 as your friends are confused, encourage them to join Science Scholars Academy, let them join our classes, let them come revise. As we are revising term 1 work, for you on the drive covering term 2 work with your friends. And in the very holiday, revise term 2 work. Go for term 2 because you've covered the topics during holiday. Go back to school, let the teachers repeat for you. You'll be hearing content for the second time. Some of you are in the channel where I've been advising Form 6s before they went to school. I told them that the more you repeat this work, the more you master it and the more you retain it to a point of never forgetting certain concepts. So when you learn in holiday, you revise in holiday, you repeat at school, you revise at school. Those are 4 times already, and the target is 10. So with consistency, you can even repeat work over 10 times or even 20. And there is no way you can forget such work. So be ready. So it's not only chemistry, even with mathematics, because I know so many people are going to do math. So math, the same thing. Principal math, you can see senior 5, senior 6. You see, term 1, term 2, term 3, math. You see, topics of math you're going to do in term 1, numerical concepts, equations and inequalities, coordinate geometry 1, partial fractions, trigonometry. Some of you will begin with trigonometry day 1 at school. For me, I already have it here. 7 lessons of trigonometry. That means if you cover these 7 lessons, at least before going back to school, as people are struggling, trust me, for you will be okay. And you concentrate on other things because the trig is okay. You're going to do coordinate geometry. The lesson is there. You go and do it. There are those of you who are going to do partial fractions. In the first week, because it is a term 1 topic, the lesson is already there. It is even there on YouTube. It is even there on YouTube. Let me tell you, you just simply go. I don't know whether people can see this. Yes, I think people can see. Just go to YouTube. Now this is YouTube and put in partial fractions. I'm telling you how you're going to enjoy your A-level without stressing yourself. When your academics are just okay, just put in partial fractions, Science Scholars Academy. But even if you don't even put in Science Scholars Academy, let me teach you what to do. You just put in Science Scholars. They will complete. YouTube knows us. It will just complete for you. The moment you say science and then add on scholars, you see? We're already there. Before you even complete the word scholars, it knows us. You just put in science scholars and it brings everything. So for you now, you just tap Science Scholars Academy Uganda. So you tap. So when you tap, the channel will come. Are you seeing? It will come somewhere. It's here. Do you see it? So you click where the channel is. Are you seeing? This is our channel. We are followed by over 2,000 students. So there are some videos. They have told you partial fractions in this side. So how do you maybe locate it? Of course, you come under playlists, or you can go under courses, whatever you want. If you have the syllabus books which I'm going to send you, you are aware that partial fractions are under Senior 5 math topics. So under courses, as I've told you, you can see Senior 5 math topics are here. So you click. So Senior 5 math topics, you can check here. Are you seeing? The first one is partial fractions full lesson. The next one is discrete random variables. The other one is series arithmetic progression. The other one is resolutions and composition. But not all classes are there on YouTube. Those ones are sample classes. So you'll find that I put lesson 1 but not lesson 2. So don't be like, there are some lessons not there. I know they are not. Because there are those who are accessing them from the drive, the ones we call the premium students. So as you visit the channel, I'm telling you this, not to be shocked when you don't see some classes there. It is intentional. But what you guys are going to access, it is the drive with all the classes. And it is completely free in the vacation. Hope you understand. So, go to that channel, kindly subscribe, even those who will be listening to this in the future. You'll be, of course, on the channel. Please subscribe, share with friends, so that they don't miss this. And trust me, very many students watch these videos. A case in point, for example, series. This is now the video. You're not going to pass. This is the video of series. You just look at it. The video is here. I don't know if you can see something here. Because you really need to confirm, do really people go for these classes? Do people watch them? Because you're also students. So you look at this video. It is a video of series. It is a topic that your teachers are going to teach you. Do you see it? Principal Math Series. It is in term 3, if I'm not mistaken. It is having 3.9 students that have watched it. Are you really part of the 3.9? So you really need to get time and have a look at that. Find out, why are really students watching this video? Is there really something important? You see, this video has had 3, 8, 6, 7 views since it was published. I don't know when I published it, but the moment I posted it, almost 4,000 students. So you're supposed to share it with your friends, let them also watch. Hope that one has been gotten. So concerning our work, I've told you, and you now know everything. Hope I'm clear there. So partial fractions, it is a term 1 topic, as I've told you. Even others, trigonometry, coordinate, so on, equations and inequalities, equations, quadratics, inequalities, polynomials. You see polynomials, the classes are there, and that's how term 1 will end. If at all you just want to go an extra mile for term 2 work, because there are schools that really go as far as that, those are the topics of term 2 of math, as according to the syllabus book. Scatter diagrams and correlations. You go and watch the lesson on correlations. You watch it. It was very easy. There are things that are not hard. So, I really don't want you to be disturbed as far as accessing resources are concerned. If you want to watch probability theory, you just click and watch. So the videos are being watched the same way. I think I tried to show you one of the videos. Forces. The lesson is there. You go and watch. It is not long. I think it was about 3 hours. You see? It was 3 hours and 34 minutes. Yes, the recording is now on. I don't know if you've been hearing, but all your friends who are doing BCM, PCM, chemistry and math, we completed the syllabus. And now they are happy they are going into Form 6, they are going to pass. And then these other subjects they are going to come and handle later, still with us, and they pass. So that's how the work is. I'm just going to make sure that all of you access the work. Term 1, see differentiation 2. The lessons are there, trig functions, exponential functions, Maclaurin expansion, such things. You look at a topic like integration, which is having over 8 lessons. It's having 9 lessons. All of them just ready for all of you to watch. So trust me, if you have access, vectors, lessons are there, completed. Even if you want senior 6 term 3 work, and you feel like it's what you want to cover, it's there. Complex numbers, the work is there, 3 classes. In the differential equations, 4 classes. And this is the second last topic in ALevel. But you have it. That means you're just supposed to have a strategic plan and make sure you have the work, cover it when you can, have a plan of each of the subjects, and everything will work out. I told you this is a camp of 3 days. We are supposed to also talk tomorrow. So that is it. The same with the biology, the same with the physics. You can see biology, even if you want senior 6 work, term 1, term 2, term 3. Even if you want physics work, you just need to be ready. That is term 1 work. What is covered, you can see circular motion, simple harmonic waves, physics topics. So if I told you you have the work that you really need, nothing will stop you from passing the combination. That's what you should know. So about where you're supposed to get work, I've told you where our work is kept. You just need to get in touch and everything gets solved. And it is free access to whoever is in VAC and is listening to this. I showed you my number and I'm giving you the contacts of those who are going to help us access the work. If you have access to the channel and you follow up the announcements, that's where the links to the work will be sent. So you just need to be active and wait for everything. So, the very last thing, because now people know where work is supposed to be obtained, and you people know how you can now really come up with a combination. I told you the gist of the meeting was done. So if you want to do electrical back, physics and math should be part. So choose chemistry, that is PCM, economics, PEM. If you want to do entrepreneurship, you know what to do. Like that. Physics, entrepreneurship, and mathematics. But I told you some people just call it PTM. T meaning end. But if they mean technical drawing, then it is PMTD. See that? Hope we are together, people. Okay? Now, I don't want to waste a lot of time here because now people are aware. Now, the very last thing I can end with, as far as these courses are concerned, there are those people who told me, Doctor, I want to become data scientists and so on. The course is here, computer science. And what is needed? Mathematics. And either physics or chemistry. So if you have math and chemistry, and even someone of BCM can do computer science, because they need mathematics and chemistry and any other subject. I don't know whether people are getting that. So if I told you there and you're this person who wants to do software engineering, it is here. Software engineering. Even if you have BCM, you can do software. Why? They need mathematics, which is here, and chemistry, which is here. Are we together? And then third better done of physics and others. Even biology is here. So biology can be irrelevant for software engineering. I don't know whether people are picking what I'm saying, because those are serious courses. But then they're adding on some important information that for you to get software engineering, make sure you at least have a credit in English and mathematics at all level. That's what they call a D. At least you've passed. Okay, at least a C. You never know what they may release. Now, I want to ask the very last question to confirm that people have really gotten this. Let me get, I don't know, but I think the things are done. I know you will understand this. I want to go to only one other university, then you people will check. You will check the Mbarara. So that has been Makerere. Are we together? But then other things happen for the different universities. You can see now this one is what? Mbarara. These things you're seeing, they are course codes, which you don't need right now. You need them as you're registering the job form that you may need. So I just want to show you something very small, very small, very small. You can see that even for Mbarara, for it, it's not a college. They call it a faculty of medicine. But at Makerere, they call it the College of Health Sciences. So they are saying they also need what? Biochemistry, biochemistry, biochemistry. Also the relevant math, physics, math, physics, math, physics. So still BCA cannot get you medicine at Mbarara. They will not give it to you. Hey, they will not give it to you. Okay, now this is the question I'm asking. People should tell me. This is my question. Are you seeing this course? This is also a very common course, biomedical engineering. Biomedical engineering. So with biomedical engineering, they are saying 2 of best done, biology, physics, mathematics. So any of those 2 can be essential for that course. So whether you're doing BCM, you have biology and math, so you can do it. Even if it is PCB, what do you have? You have physics and biology. There can be essentials. Even if you have PCM, you have physics and math. They can be essential. So you can get biomedical engineering at what? At must. So you just add on a subject you want. That means even if for you do PAM, so someone will be like, what if you do PAM? Can you get the course? Someone tell me. Are you seeing this course? Because someone will be like, PAM I can get. But I want to assure you cannot. Why? When you go for PAM, yes, you have physics and math, which are essential for the course. But the art you are going for is not part of the relevance here. So Mbarara cannot give you that course. Because you're having art, yet among the relevance, art is not there. So they cannot give it to you. Hope that is okay. And not bringing confusion. You know what the relevance are in everything. You get? Now, this is now worse. With Mbarara, for you to do physical sciences, physics and math are the essentials. That means someone of BCM can do physical sciences at Makerere, but cannot do physical sciences at what? At Mbarara. Because physics is essential at Mbarara for physical sciences. Let me hope we are together. Hey, you need to be serious about that. Okay. These things, there are courses like information technology, these ones to do with ICT. For them, they don't bother. They just need you to have done any A-level subjects that you want. That's why for people who want to do things like computer science, things like software engineering. For software engineering, they are telling you that let math be part and any other subject you want. If you want to do software engineering and you know you have a choice of doing it at Mbarara, why don't you do math, entrepreneurship, and art? You find someone wants to do software and the person is doing PCM. You people, can you really compare PCM to this? But remember, this one is happening at Mbarara, which they abbreviate as MUST. Find out at MOOC, how is it? But remember, you can also put it on your Pujab form and get it. So for you, will do PCM, but for me, I will do this. And both of us will get software. Because after all, they just need math and any other, provided math is there, they be like, this person will manage software if at all they passed math. You get? Now, the other university that I don't want to really leave out, these things of privately sponsored, you know what that means. So at Mbara, they are called faculties, but at Makerere, they are called colleges, and under colleges, we have schools. So these are the cutoff points I was telling you. I told you that the maximum for boys, 53, the maximum for girls, 54 point what? 0.5. So you can see those who needed to do civil engineering. Hey, to do civil engineering that year and you were a boy, you had to be having 52.6 over 53. Hey, do you know what that means? That means that you should have 20 points, the all 20 points of all curriculum, and a few weird grades at all level. 20 points, okay, in simple terms, 20 points were a must. When you have 19, even if you have everywhere 100 in all level, you don't get civil engineering. For Bachelor of Medicine and Surgery, that year as a boy, you had to be having 50. 50 means you have 19 minimum at A level, and O level was maximized everywhere distinction. This is how hard things were. They even put other comparisons for the previous academic years. You see, things are not easy at all. Engineering, serious, 20 points. Engineering, that's why they say that combinations involving physics are very easy, because for them, 20 points, even this 52.1 means 20 points. Because 20 points give you a weight, or the 20 points is to give you a weight of about 50. So when I say 52.1, that means 20 points are a constant. Hey, so things are not so easy. At Imbara, Chambogo has no medicine. So if at all you're thinking of medicine, you may not get it there. But Chambogo has some engineering courses. You can see engineering. It has some engineering courses. It is a very good university for education. But you just read through the courses and even see the years they take, and you plan well. So as you plan for your combination, you plan for the course and the time it will really take. But I've told you I will share this book immediately after this meeting in the channel, the drive link. So those who go to our YouTube channel, somewhere in our information, there is somewhere joining the WhatsApp channel. Join it, you'll find the link there. But also in the description of this video, I will put the links in the description. In case I post this video and I forget, the hotlines of SSA, the support people, the ambassadors, the diehards, are supposed to remind me that the link for the documents you promised are not part, so that I really make them part. Now, there is something small I wanted to show you before I end the meeting, and that is, let's check Guru University. Yeah, I think it is going to come after Chambogo here. Yeah, this is Guru University. I thought these are just course codes. Now, I want you to look here. That means at Guru University also, for you to get the Bachelor of Medicine and Surgery, biology and chemistry, math and physics, nothing else. You will not survive. You will not survive. You can see that for them, for the biological sciences, they even have geography. That means you can become a biology teacher through Guru University if at all you do BCG. With geography, that's why people do it. But somewhere you may be disturbed. So you really need to, and remember, when you're filling your Pujab forms where you're given this course, you have 6 choices. You can have a choice of Makerere, Mbarara, Gulu, Kabale. You even have district quota where you have more 6 choices. So you have over 10 choices. So unless you're cast, But if at all you have tried to cover most of the courses, you may not fail to get a chance, at least in one of the universities. Hope we are together. Now, something small. Now, these are weights. So the weight of the females is not the same as that of the males, and that of the females is always lower. So females get two things. On top of them getting the extra 1.5, their weight is what? Lower than that of males. So you see how unfair the system is. But you have no option. Yeah. You gotta read hard as a man. Okay. Now, something small about Busitema. You can see also Busitema. To get medicine, biology, chemistry, math and physics. Same thing. You know how these things are interpreted. So you need to know which university will really favor me. There are some of you where your home village is Kabale. So you would really want to be that side. Some of you, your home village is in Bari. You prefer Busitema to Makerere. Some of you know where Muni University is, and you really prefer it. You understand? So you can really work. You get? So this is Muni. The information is there. Let me see. I think we are even done. This is Kabale. The courses are there. So they first show you the courses they really have. And they show you what they really consider as the, let me see. Yeah. It's very organized. See, this is Lira. Lira also has medicine. You see, even Lira, essentials, biology, chemistry. The others, it is math and physics. Don't survive. For engineering, there is no option. Why I'm concentrating on this? There are people who are really confused. For them, they thought BCA or BCFN can really get you medicine. But I'm trying to show you other courses, my dear, it is the same. Engineering, they don't joke. That's why you have realized for all the courses of engineering, it is either 20 points or 20 points. Though the universities may have somehow different, they may have somehow different cutoff points. But as far as the relevant and so on are concerned, it will always be those ones. You also, even for Soroti, this is Soroti University. Even for Soroti, Bachelor of Medicine and Surgery, and with Soroti it is worse. To even give you nursing, it should be BCM or PCB. But Makerere, BCA, they can give you nursing. But here it is worse. PCB or BCM. Even here, mathematics or physics. So you realize that for that academic year, BCA, BCFN, medicine, pharmacy, nursing, dental surgery, you can't. With Sorority, it is worse, that even biomedical lab, they cannot give you unless it is BCM or PCB. Are we together? My engineers, we saw that you may not need chemistry unless you're too brilliant. Even if you're not too brilliant, but you believe you can pass chemistry more than. So this is what you're going to do to choose a combination. Consider the essentials first. Now, out of these relevance they are giving, you choose the one that is easier for you. That's why I told you that people who go for PCB, there are those people who find issues with math. So they go with physics, chemistry, and biology, the PCB, because they have issues with math. But then those who can really calculate, they just go for BCM. If at all you want to do civil engineering and you have a battle between PCM and the PAM and others, PMTD, for you to do PCM, that means you believe you can pass chemistry more than art, because art maybe is having 5 papers and chemistry is having only 3. Maybe you just believe chemistry is just okay. That's why I'm telling you that you can even use this vacation and say, let me first really give this chemistry a try. I see if I attend the classes of senior 5 the ones we have on the SSA drive, I can really understand and I see if I can really make it. I don't know if really people have questions, but I think most of the things have been said. Though we need to have a second session. Yeah, we really need to have a second session to talk about certain things. But me as of now. So these are samples of A-level combinations. You just look at them, PCB, this ICT, PEM and so on. I've taught you how. Now, how do you really go for these subsidiaries? Do you remember when I told you about principal math and economics being the best friend to math? GP is compulsory. You now know how the combination is chosen. Pick essentials first. Out of the relevance under your course, under your dream course, pick the relevant that is easiest. Put it there. After putting it there, confirm whether the school has it. If the school doesn't, go for another relevant. If the school doesn't, then go for the relevant they have. And just do that. Have it in mind, essentials have the higher weight. So that means you're supposed to give them more energy and make sure you maximize them. But that doesn't mean you fail the what? The subsidiaries. Very bad. So this is very important and I want you to note. They are saying that all candidates offering principal math, if at all principal math is already part of your combination, the STEM, you cannot do sub math. Do you understand? Because you already have principal math, so you cannot do principal math. Sorry, you already have principal math, so you cannot do sub math. It's a repetition. Because whatever you learn in sub math is taught in principal math and in a harder way. So you're only supposed to go for ICT. Remember, GP is a constant, but now we are looking at a choice between sub ICT and sub math. So whoever does principal math, sub ICT is a must. These are paper codes, you even know them, those ones available. These ones will not change. They're just paper codes. Don't even waste time cramming them. You don't need them. In the exam of UNEP, they always write them on the board. Just know the name of the subject. Though for me, I used to know them in my prime as a student. They are saying that all candidates offering combinations that include economics. Do you remember when I told you that economics is a friend to math? Like you cannot do economics without math. There are people who do economics but without principal math. Are you listening? For example, a student of PEM. So we have these two students, the student of PEM and the student of HEG. I think this is how you're going to understand. This is economics. They usually call it a con. Economics, a con. Are we together? Now, remember this one is already principal math. So since this one is already principal math, then you cannot slash with sub math because you already have math. So you're supposed to slash with ICT and then our constant GP comes through. But then this student of HEG, history, economics and geography, this student is having economics and economics is a friend to math. You cannot do economics without math and you cannot now slash with ICT. Here is supposed to slash with sub math as a must. So all those who are going to do combinations with economics, but math is not principal, then they are supposed to do sub math because econ and math should be together. But if at all a student is going to do like Meg, now you look at Meg, where this one is econ. So this one is already econ, and this one is principal math. So this one is not supposed to slash with sub math. It's supposed now to be what? ICT. You know that you people are getting. I don't think people are getting me. You tell me in the chat, if at all someone is going to do PCB, what is that person going to slash with GP? Is this person going to do PCB ICT or PCB sub math? And with which reason? Who can unmute and just tell us without even wasting time to read the chat? So I've skipped the chat to the point where people are replying. Hope the chat secretary has been noting everything. Doctor, we are getting it. Someone is saying pure math. You see, people are not following. Pure math and applied math, they are subsets of principal math. Please don't confuse these things. So I think some people are getting it. Let me, yes, Wabi. Let someone speak at least. I've overspoken. With the reason.
A person offering for PCB is going to structure it with submath
Why?
because in the principal subjects there is no pure math.
There is no principal math. Let me tell you, pure math is not principal math. But principal
I
math
beg
is divided into pure and applied. You learned that today. Principal math is divided into pure and applied. So pure math doesn't mean A-level math. In the old curriculum, pure math meant math paper 1 and math paper 2 was applied math. So this person is supposed to slash with submath because we don't even have it this side, yet it is a science combination. So every time you're doing a science combination, I want you to listen to this. Every time you're doing a science combination, remember science and math move together. That's why at Science Scholars Academy we teach math and science. If you're doing a science combination and it doesn't have principal math, please include the submath the other side. You people, you tell me, PCM, what do we slash PCM with? Then after you tell me BCA, what should we do? Then I also have BCFN, what should I do? I want someone who can unmute and just tell us everything with reasons. We leave this. What should that person of PCM slash everything with and add on GP? BCA, what should the person slash and add on GP? BCFN, what should the person slash it with and add on GP? With reasons. I want to hear from you people. Anyone who can tell us? PCM, it is ICT. Thank you. Why ICT? We already have this principal math. Yes, let's hear from Kansime Prosper. Now the hand is down. Maybe you guys should just type. Someone is saying BCM. BCM is not part. Everyone knows BCM, it is ICT. BCA with the reason. BCA submath. PCM, Principal math. Do you see how, Christian, you're writing the name principal? I told you principal, it is AL, not LE. So BCA, BCA is a science combination and it doesn't have principal math. So this person should stroke submath. BCFN is a science combination, but science and math move together and it doesn't have principal math. So this person should stroke what? So all those who are going to do BCFN, forget ICT. BCA, forget ICT. That means you cannot they may not even give you those courses involving computer science and information technology and so on. BCG, the same thing. No principal math, they will slash with submath. And then, of course, the constant GP. Hope we are together there. One of the things they are saying here, that if at all someone has economics and there is no principal math, then they should register submath. If at all you have a science combination that doesn't have the principal math, then the submath should be there. Then there are candidates who are lying outside those categories. Those ones just do what they want. Someone may be like, who are those people? For example, if someone is doing this, history and divinity, this person can either do ICT Submath. Because this is not economics. If it were economics, then submath would be a must. But it isn't. And it is not a science combination. That means they do what they want. So any combination that is outside all the options I've given you, someone just decides. They register what they want, what they feel is comfortable with them. It's what they go with. So these are just letters they use in combinations. That if your combination is having letter B somewhere, that is biology. Letter C somewhere, that is chemistry. This one, entrepreneurship. Already some people represent it with T. There is TD, the technical drawing. Divinity. So IRE, I. CRED. French is F. FN is the foods and nutrition. These are just codes of which you know them. Of course, when they say H, you know that is history. If they say G, that is geography. That is, of course, not hard. And these are now the sample combinations and how they are supposed to be written. So you just go through them. You see now, this person is having, yes, enter and history, but this is a cone, so this is supposed to be submath. Because of this second submath. Because this person doesn't have anything we have talked of, they can do ICT or submath. Whatever they want. Yeah. So you just read through the table and see the science and arts combinations. And I think that is okay. So it's those combinations that really take us to the career paths that students really always want to take on. So I don't know if really people have any questions. And thank you for maintaining numbers. Yeah, I didn't really think people would be at least this number. Because very few vacists have phones. But if I told you people who are on our focus, that is so good of you people. Okay, so perusing through, we are done. University admission requirements. I want you to listen. And by the way, I think before you guys go back to school, there are things that you really need to also know. I think we need to have another session before March. Yeah, we really need to have another session before March, such that, yeah, we need to really have another session before March, so that I can talk about these other things, because it really takes time. Because now I want us to go to the question answer session and hear from people. You get? So we are done. So university admission requirements, get the right combination, pass ALevel. The requirements which I'll see them in VAC. Now, the other thing I really want to tell you before anything, I told you this is a camp of 3 days. So if it's really possible, even tomorrow we are supposed to come back and meet. So it's supposed to be session 1, session 2, and another session. So we have point 8, which is academic ability and performance history. So you people, please, as you go for any combination, I told you the results don't matter. It is what you feel inside. Look at your performance history from senior 1. Get all your reports from senior 1 to senior 4. See how you've been performing the subjects you want to be part of your combination. See if you have really been passing them. See if you have been really understanding them. Then go for them. If you feel you're able. The results mean nothing, as I told you. I don't want to say a lot. Unless someone says, Dr. Point 8 is not very clear. Those are the people I want to listen to. Because now I have about 3 minutes. Yeah? But we need to have another session. But we are going to complete all these points. Trust me. School environment and subject or resource availability. I want you to listen. As you people go for for admission, when you reach a school, if at all you're going back to your O-level school, first ask yourself, do I really have that conducive environment for reading? That is one. Then try to talk to the people who have been there before at A-level, especially those who are in VAC. Ask them if the reading atmosphere and reading environment is there. If it is there, well and good. Ask them whether the subjects that you want to be part of your combination are taught well. By being taught well, I mean whether teachers are there, whether the resources are there. If at all your school has a library, ask them whether the library has the books you really need. There are so many sessions on our YouTube channel that you people need to read. I'm going to guide you. Those sessions really show you the material you need to have at ALevel. So after this very meeting, I'm going to send you to another video which is available on our YouTube channel under the facilitation course. You can watch it. It's also having some good information. Very good information. And I always don't want to repeat myself. I always want to refer you to our services and then you receive the best. Someone is writing in our screen. Please stop that. So ask them, does the school have the books that we really need? And which reference books do we need? I told you the books in those videos. If I'm to be very fast, these are the books you need in biology. Biological Science, Functional Approach, Michael Kent, Understanding Biology by Susan Toole and Glenn. You choose any of the ones that you want. For physics, Neil Conan Parker, Roger Mooncaster 4th edition, and Tom Duncan. You choose any of the three. For chemistry, you don't need textbooks. You only need to have good teachers' notes. Their pamphlets I usually see students sharing over WhatsApp. Excuse me, and they are very good. It's okay, you can have them. For mathematics, you don't need textbooks. You just need to have good teachers' notes that are in line with the curriculum. But trust me, people, if at all you don't have resources and you feel like the environment I can get, but about the resources, I'm really quite not okay. Science Scholars Academy has books. Which books are in line with the curriculum? I told you as Science Scholars Academy, we studied the curriculum from A to Z. I want you to listen because most of you fail, not because you don't have fees, but because you don't have the resources that you really need and you don't know where to get the resources from. So thank God that you have successfully attended to this. And you're getting to listen to the information that you really need, just perfect for your pathway of ALevel academics. So I want to show you some of the things. Very fast, I want you to be very fast. That is what they call the syllabus book, but this is just a program plan. Okay, this one just shows you the topics you're supposed to cover. It separates the topics into Senior 5 Term 1, Term 2, Term 3, Senior 6. This is Senior 6, this was Senior 5. Now this way down, it is Senior 6. So someone was like, how do you separate that work on the drive, the video lessons into terms? We use the syllabus book. This was released by NCDC. Can you see this? NCDC, they are the curriculum developers of Uganda. I think you know that. They're the ones that get in touch with UNEB and they assess students. So that's also where we get our information. We also organize our work according to the syllabus. So yeah, they tell you that cell biology is the very first topic, and they tell you what you're supposed to cover. Chemicals of life, microscopy, ultrastructure, histology, diversity of tissues. They tell you whatsoever from topic 1, topic 2, topic 3, topic 4, topic 5, topic 6, topic 7, topic 8, and topic 9. So whoever is going to have biology as part of your combination, just be aware that you have 9 topics of biology. But biology is serious. Mastering it, retaining it is really very hard. So this is where we get our information, our guidance on how to really organize our work. And these ones are the you can see, this is topic, this is subtopic. And we also organize our work like that in subtopics. But this is not enough for a student. Now let me show you one of the books that we have. This is our biology book. So if I told you buy our biology book, someone may be like, what do you mean by buying? Those who may need the books before they go back to school, I will tell you. Of course, I will record for you videos and you have a look at them. This is now the biology course outline. it was organized by Strictly Science Scholars Academy. Because the curriculum was kinda abridged, that's why they call it adapted. They removed some of the content and left out some content. So you will never find these books anywhere unless you find ways of hacking my device. But you'll never find them anywhere. Topic 1 is cell biology. Didn't you see that? So this is what our book has. So you read notes that are in line with strictly and strictly what you're supposed to know, so that you don't read outside, so that you don't underread, so that you don't overread. So each of the subtopics, the ones I called sections, each of them have competence. That's why it's called the competence-based what? Curriculum. And it is these competences that are used to set questions. So by the time they tell you that we have this test of cell biology, you are aware that I should be in position to analyze the properties and functions of chemicals of life, and I should have focused on their roles in maintaining cellular structure and metabolic processes. And I don't need the thermal properties of water. So the moment you read a textbook and somewhere you find thermal properties of water, you skip them. Because the syllabus said you don't require them. So they will not say it. So don't waste your time. But I'll tell you something in the video that I'm going to refer you to, that all those who really want to do medicine, you're supposed to read the biology content of the old curriculum to be a good medical student. By medical, I mean pharmacy, dental surgery, and so on. Then section 2, competence. So each of the subtopics, we divided them into sections, and we have a list of what the syllabus urges you to know. And in all our classes, whatever the syllabus said was done. Those of you already have access to the work, you know. You know the videos we always watch from YouTube. You know everything. You know the diagrams we always have. Everything you know. So those who may be in need of the notes, these are the first pages of the notes. They first try to break for you down what you're supposed to know under each subtopic, under section competences, so that you get to know what are the contents within. So once the books are ready, because we want to first add in scenarios and their scoring guides. Remember, I'm recording this as of February of 2026, and sample papers are not yet officially out. But someone will be listening to this 5 months later, 5 months after February of 2026, that person will be very safe and will be just getting ready work. Once we release them, we shall be having pages attached to this. That if for you just want to skip to that page that talks about organisms at organ level are more efficient than those at cellular level and tissue level, we tell you that to find that information, find it at page 312. That's what we shall have in the dummy book. So, those of you who really need the books, you just reach out. I've told you. Then we go like that. Topic 2, I told you the topics of biology. They are 9. So everything. My number is the one here. I've told you as SSA, it's us who organize these things. So same things, you can section 2, competency and project work. Students at ALevel currently are taking project work for a joke. But some of you realized what happened. Project work is serious and students don't take it serious. But remember in Senior 5 Term 1, okay, imagine in Senior 5 Term 1 you have project work. It's actually Term 2, where you're supposed to use project-based learning to design, build, and operate a mini greenhouse. As Science Scholars Academy, we provide you with the recipe for that, and you can do it from anywhere. So just make sure you're part of us. Under whatever circumstances, project work we shall always guide you. Like these students who have just left. We are using a certain timetable. This was now a timetable for the 3rd term holiday program. Those were with us. And this was week 6. We always do project work on Sunday. Do you see here? Project work hints, we always do it on Sunday, and it is always prayers first. People relax a bit as they have lunch, then they come for project work hints, and then we plan for week 7. Whatever we do is always planned for. The people who say that Science Scholars Academy only teaches biology, physics, chemistry, and math, it is a lie. Because that very night of Sunday, we always provide material in the other subjects, the agriculture, FN, economics, and TD art, and others. This was 11th of January 2026. It was week 6, so it's not very far from this date. So just make sure you're part of us. I trust you. Why are people calling me at this time? I trust you all, and just also trust us. And leave everything to us. Things will happen. So, these are our books. There are those even who may not need the notes, and they just want to look at these things. We always also provide them in the different holiday programs. We say we shall give you this Form 5 topic so that for you, you now compare your teacher's notes and then this extract of the NCDC. So don't think we got these things from the head. No, we got the things from the NCDC books, because they're the ones that tell us what students are supposed to do, what to cover. But when you look at that book as a student, you cannot understand it. So this is now what they call the student-friendly course outline for all the topics you're supposed to know as far as the adapted curriculum. And a bright student is taking screenshots slowly, and the other lousy one is just waiting for me to send it. Yes, you can take screenshots slowly. So, you can see project work again. We try to show you project work so that you don't really miss out anything, because things are serious. You can see coordination topic 6, senior 6 term 1. It is here. Do you see? Senior 6 term 1. Senior 6 term 1, topic 6, coordination. For them, they just have this as the subtopics. But for us in our book, we try to divide them. Section 1, competence. I tell you what is under that, what the syllabus wants us to know, and we cover everything in line. Those who have tested the classes, you know that. We always refer to the syllabus book first, see what it really urges us to know, and then handle other things. Section 2, competence, we handle. Section 3, we handle. Section 4, like that. We go to the next topic. So I've told you that if at all for you, you'll be now looking for the ethical, social, and environmental implications of gene technology, particularly the GMOs, I will attach here a page that now you find this on page 209. So you just skip to this page and find what you really want. The books will be so nice. The notes are ready. We're just adding in scenarios and the appropriate responses. So just have it in mind as a student who is really going to take on science, that you're secured. You're secured, you're very safe with Science Scholars Academy. Okay? Section 6, this is topic 8. Now, senior 6 term 3, it is only one topic, ecology. Even if you just wake up one day and tell me, doctor, for me now I want to start, there are schools that start with ecology because it is very easy. You can still get it. You can go and watch the classes if you want. I told you you're safe here. You just go to biology if you want. You see biology. You go, you want senior 6 term 3. The topic is there, ecology. You go and watch that lesson 1 of the introduction and get to know whatever is under that topic. So, we have now those similar books organized the same way. Very organized for all subjects. This is now math. And math, for your information, mathematics has, principal math has 27 topics. And if at all I'm to calculate with subtopics, trust me, they are over 100. So have it in mind, the principal math you're going to handle is a bit serious. You're supposed to understand things. But as I told you, for us, we completed that work. It is you to manage your time well and just catch up with everything. You can see topic 1, topic 2, and the subtopics, what you're supposed to know under each subtopic. If at all, you see there are topics like coordinate geometry and partial fractions. As you can see, they don't have subtopics, so for them I just list whatever you're supposed to know. So if at all your teacher claims that they finished coordinate geometry 1, now you come here and ask yourself, did the teacher do Cartesian equations of lines, gradients of straight lines, intercepts, midpoint, distance? Did they do this? Did they do angle between line and x-axis, angle between two lines? Did they do relationship between gradients of parallel? Did they do perpendicular? Did they do shortest distance between a point and a line? Did they give us some applications? I don't know whether people are now getting the role of these student-friendly syllabus books, that they show you what UNEB will set, if at all it is to set coordinate geometry. So when the teacher is done with the topic, you come here, check, has everything been handled? That's why when we are handling our classes, for us, that's what we do. We follow the book, have lesson targets, and teach. As simple as that. So in the long run, you will need such information. You can see dynamics 1, the subtopics. See, it is topic 8. You very well know it is under senior 5 term 2. So you can even get it from the drive. You go to the drive, you go to senior 5 term 2, you look for topic 8, dynamics 1. You go to the first subtopics, components and resultant of a force. You look at what is supposed to be taught under there, you watch the video and confirm whether everything was taught. Simple as that. Simple as that. Simple as that. I've said, you just come to math. You come to senior 5 because you know it is term to work. And the topic is dynamics 1. It is here topic 8. First subtopic, resultants and components of a force. The lesson is there. So you click the lesson. You start watching. It is 3 hours and 34 minutes. After watching, you confirm. Go to the book and confirm whether everything has been talked about. Most important diagram. If you don't get that diagram. So that is it. That is it. I think I'm giving you the plan for ALevel, and let me hope people are benefiting. So just make sure in the long run you have all our resources, you have all our materials. We have our app, the app of Science Scholars Academy. I'll reveal it to you very soon. We have a website, but students of Uganda, I don't know why, they really don't like those things. They just want to deal with WhatsApp all the time. So we shall always provide simple things through the WhatsApp channel. As people get used to how the website works and how our application works, and everything will finally be okay in one place. So whoever will be listening to this in the mid 2026 and late 2026, you will be just good to go. Those who listen to this in the future, then that's something else again. But this is for only those of senior 5s of this year. The video will be deleted afterwards. Okay? Now, that is about these books. I've told you math, it is 27 topics. I think the last topic is flowcharts. You see? I think it is, and it has project work also. Imagine the last topic has project work, and we always help you with this project work. Some of you got D in project work, and you know you are not safe. So don't really play with ALevel and end up failing project work. Please and please be serious about it. So that is it. Now, another subject. This is chemistry. The way I showed you the syllabus books. You see? This is now the one that shows you the topic and subtopic for chemistry. These are the books you need. I'm going to send them after. I told you I'm going to put the drive link in the description of this YouTube video. Just click there, you gain access. Topic and subtopic so that you know what you need to cover. If at all they tell you that a certain topic was removed, you come and check from here very fast. If you confirm the topic is part and they are telling you that some of the content of that topic was removed, you now come here and confirm that which topic was it. Were those things really removed? Come and check. Maybe the topic was alkenes. You come and read through what I said under alkenes that is supposed to be part. If they are lying you that it was removed and it is here, Now under alkenes, there is a topic they call, or there is a reaction they call ozonolysis. It was removed from the syllabus and it is not here, but it was part of the old curriculum. So when they teach you ozonolysis, you tell the teacher, ozonolysis is not there in the syllabus. Why are we really studying it? Such things. So these things are organized the same way with topics, subtopics, which term, you can see this is term theory, subtopic, in line with everything, NCDC, and so on. And so on and so forth. Physics the same way. I think people, you've had a look at enough samples. Remember, we are following the agenda of the meeting. The agenda of the meeting says that I'm supposed to show you learning resources, platforms, and facilities. It's what I'm handling on currently. But as far as the rest of the things are concerned, I think I've said it all. So about what you students should expect at ALevel, I think we shall need to have a time and talk about all those things because they are also very important. What you should expect, how to prepare for success, most of the things have been said. And I'm going to give you a chance to take a screenshot of just those points. I leave you go and make your research. But most of those things were explained in the other video. Those who may need more say about them, then they should just link out with us, or what I call getting in touch. So about learning resources, I've tried to share everything. I've showed you everything. I've told you how our books should be organized. I told you why they are not yet out as of February of 2026. But in 3 months' time, they will be ready. So starting May 2026 and beyond, everything will just be set. So about what students should expect at ALevel. I don't know why some people are writing in the screen. I really hate that. Okay, now about this is now done. Confirm the school you're joining, whether all that you need is there and present. What students should expect at ALevel. This one was already recorded. I'm going to tell you where to get everything from. How to prepare success at ALevel. Everything is there. And this is what I'm going to tell you. So for this, 11 and 12, I'm going to say already recorded. It is already recorded and it is already on YouTube. And the video is under the facilitation folder. The facilitation playlist, or you can just go under courses and you will see it is called the dark side of ALevel. You just go and watch. Everything is there in line with those two. But I'm going to give you a chance. You look at everything here and then be peaceful. At least when you have at least something you can refer to. So it is just here. Let me just show you something small here. So I think it is here. I've told you that under courses, are you seeing facilitation folder? There is a video. Let me show you. The video is called The Dark Side of ALevel. It is here. That video. It's the one you will go for. But even if you just ask anywhere on YouTube, hey, some people always want to confirm everything. Under courses, it is here under facilitation folder. Anyways, we have also done to. It is here. This video, the one that is called The Dark Side of ALevel, the second one. Yeah. That's the video I meant. Everything is there. Okay, now, commonly asked questions. But if at all you're really not contented, you take a screenshot of this. We even made the place very dirty. It is here point 11. What to expect at A-level. A lot of things are going to happen. I really don't want to say a lot about this because schools differ. And some schools go against the norms that are known for most A-level schools. Yeah. But what to expect at A-level, you should know you should be self-driven and motivated because no one is going to chase you like at O-level, handing in books and so on. But don't worry, as you go to school, I'll keep guiding you. And those who are part of the WhatsApp channel, there are things we always handle. Yeah, when we are just there online on WhatsApp, and we shall keep like that. The tasks that teachers leave, you're supposed to prioritize them. You have more free time at A-level, you realize that, but that free time is supposed to be for revision and reading ahead and discussing with friends. If you don't have a WhatsApp, so if you don't have a discussion group, you will not pass. If you don't have one, at least have a friend you discuss with and that friend understands work. And you should also be understanding work so that you don't bore them. It's very key. Independent learning it's because teachers teach a lot of things. You may not understand work, so you should be a student who knows how to really survive without the teachers. You should be a student who is good at setting goals. But all those things were said in that meeting. Kindly go and watch it. It was 2 hours and 30 minutes. A lot of things were said. Coping up with stress, I told you. There is limited spoon feeding that side. I told you you're supposed to be on your own. There is a lot of stress. But the only solution to that stress comes when they are teaching you a lot of new things in a very short period of time. So you burn out. So to prevent such burnouts, you're supposed to, I don't know whether people are getting me. To prevent the burnouts, you're supposed to be knowing what teachers are teaching. If you know what teachers are teaching, then you cannot burn out. How do you prevent the burnouts? Cover work ahead. Who can help you cover work ahead? The answer is SSA, Science Scholars Academy. Period. Time management skills, I told you all that. In the WhatsApp channel and YouTube, I always don't want to repeat myself. Always follow up the communications. Because I know people who attend these meetings up to this late, it's people who are always there. So I don't always want to waste their time when they are on this late because they know what to do. Preparing for exams proactively. I told you how best exams are prepared for. But all this information will really make more sense after having senior 5 term 1, and then you come back and in holiday we have a meeting about the same things so that I talk of things you understand. Because I may talk of time management, preparation of exams, people may not understand things very well. But I want you to watch that video I've told you so that you have a look at the prophecy of all this. And you people, you should learn how they use AI for such things. Don't use AI to get answers of chemistry, no. Use AI for such things. Those who have taken a screenshot, go to AI and tell AI, I'm going to do BCM. How can I really put all that in line? AI is very good if at all you know how to use it. And in one of the videos still, I told people how you can use AI in education. But people miss all that important information. They just be on TikTok scrolling. So you should also be ready for struggling with the balance of academics and personal interests. But as I've told you, as of now, you may not understand because you're not yet into the system. But at least help me one thing and cover work of term 1. Go to school when you know it. Then these are things, by the time we talk about them, everything will be very okay. Because they have a lot of examples, and those examples were explained well in the video, and some of them I want you to first experience them so that when we have the meeting again for senior 5s, when you're back for term 1 holiday, you really understand what I'm talking about. but other people may not be really seeing things do make sense. So these strategies of success, these ones are very obvious. Choosing subjects that match your career goals, have briefed you. Staying positive, believing in yourself, that is English. Manage your time well, have the right mindset. Don't be this person who says even the rich people didn't study. Be this person who says rich people are educated, so that you be educated. Avoid postponing tasks, what we call procrastination. Avoid it at all. Do the right thing at the right time immediately. You need to do it. What they call as soon as possible. Follow your interests, what you feel like you really want. Don't do combinations because of bandwagon, because of the trend. Revise regularly, don't cram. Those who are in the channel, I told you how you're supposed to read. Go to the channel and listen to that audio. It was 25 minutes. Listen to it and listen to how I told people how they are supposed to read the different subjects. WhatsApp channel, everything is there. Stay organized, focus, plan, track your progress. All that thing was talked about. Everything about how to read. So I think I have this disorder where I feel bad repeating something I believed I said better before. So I talked about all these points. Doing extra research beyond classwork. Taking care of your physical and mental health. I told people of the time they are supposed to sleep for. All that was said. Setting realistic goals. Developing critical thinking, of course, this is assessing yourself, examining yourself, dealing with friends that are better than you, using the textbooks properly, and how to use them and which textbooks. So, all that. Okay, you see? This is now social life. Keeping a positive attitude, reflecting on your learning regularly. I told you about that. Staying updated with real world information. Don't stress yourself. If at all your school holds meeting and they tell you some news, that is enough. But just track your progress. That is so important. How you track it, I always tell you in each and every class. Give an assignment, do it. Consult, discuss with friends. Have friends that are better than you academically, those that understand work. Things like that. Now, about these frequently asked questions, there are things I've talked about. You people, you know what ALevel is. You know that it goes for 2 years. You know everything about it. You know why it really matters, because universities need ALevel work. Because they use weights, which weight ALevel contributes to the weight. How many years will ALevel last? You know there are 2. Are children doing old curriculum or new curriculum? You know it is new curriculum. I got these questions from the internet because it's questions people usually ask Google. I got these questions from fellow teachers and educators because that's what people usually ask them. Can my child change their combination after some time? You can watch that video. I talked about changing combination. How many subjects? It is very bad. So when you choose the combination after this video, choose at once and never repeat. How many subjects will students study? You now know. You now know there are 29, you know how they are chosen. How does a child choose a combination to pursue? You now know. How will the children be assessed? I told you as of now, February 2026, form of assessment is not officially out. So whoever will listen to this from March and beyond of 2026, you just need to get in touch with us and get to know the confirmed form of assessment. How will children be told? You know the schools you're going to. Ask the people who have been there. How do they teach? Will we need to buy new books for the new curriculum? Of course. That is a must because you're going for a new level. How can I support my child's learning at home? Of course, here the answer is obvious, and Scholars Academy does that. Yes, it does that. Everything. How are A-level subjects combinations assigned to students? It depends on the school. Yes, I told you, yes, you may go for the combination, but the results. But I told you convince the school in a way I told you. So it depends on the school. There are so many answers to this, but most of these questions are answered based to the school you're going to. I may tell you things and they are different in different schools. So depending on the school that you're really going to, some of these questions may be answered better. Can I take a subject at A-level if I scored C? Yes, but a school may refuse. But it is very okay, a C according to the performance of this year. A C is actually very okay. You should give the student that thing. Yeah. E and D's, they're supposed to go for vocational studies, nothing much. Vocational studies, or what they feel like they want. But if at all they get any chance of attempting A-level and they believe they got E's and D's because of some reasons which are not related to actually content, they can be given a chance and they go for A-level. But if at all they feel like they're overwhelmed with everything, they can just leave everything and quit. Will children manage A-level syllabus content? Yes, they will. Because some of those that are already into the system have tried to manage. Though it is hard, but it is manageable. And that's why we came in as Science Scholars Academy, but we've been here for some good time. And we have already supported students in a way I've told you, and they have really benefited. It's about covering work before school, revise it before school. When you go back to school, it is retaught and you revised. So you just master it the more and more. You get it? So I think I've tried my level best to talk about the most important points. So I'm going to give people a chance. I don't know whether my chat secretary is ready, but some of the things have been said. Trust me, most of the things I've said them. I don't expect more than 10 questions. And stay on up to when we say the closing prayer. So we have about 5 minutes to end the meeting, only 5. So is my chat secretary ready? Or do we really have burning questions? We are going to actually use because there are people who will watch this in the future and they will be okay with everything. Those who will have questions, my number is here. You just reach out. You just reach out. And I'm also giving you the contacts of the people who can really assist you in case I delay to reply. Hope we are together. Okay, now, if at all you have your own question, raise up your hand now. If at all you have your question, raise up your hand now. I give you the chance you speak. I've said those who are on, thank you for maintaining more than half of the number that is started. Yeah? Yeah, thank you for that. Thank you for that. Thank you for that. Thank you for that. So people don't have questions. Has everything been said? I've said a lot than what we actually have in the document. Let me know people had the books. As I said, the notebooks, and they have been noting everything as I asked. Because if that wasn't if that wasn't worked on, then I think you've missed a lot of information. But how to make sure things make sense, decide the combination immediately after the meeting. Then the meeting will have made sense. Yes, Kusima, you have something to say.
Can you hear me, please?
Yes, we can. You can speak.
Okay. For me, I wanted to offer PEM or PTM, Physics, Entrepreneurship, and Math. But basically, back in the day when I was in ALevel, entrepreneurship, I wouldn't score highly than the other subjects. But for me, I wanted to offer it in ALevel, and I scored a C in it. But other subjects I got B's. Now, is it appropriate for me to go with it?
It is very okay, provided you feel like you are able and you know you will struggle with it and pass it. I've told you the results don't really matter. They don't decide, they don't matter. That's what we said.
Okay.
Okay, thank you. Any other person? Any other person? Yes, I think we have Ryan Reyes. Yes, Ryan Reyes.
Good evening, sir.
Yes, good evening.
I was inquiring
Yes,
how
please
can
go
I
ahead.
join Science Scholars Academy? I personally
How can you what?
join the Science Scholars Academy.
Now, I told you when you go to that YouTube channel, there is where you have the WhatsApp link. Now, the WhatsApp
What's up?
link will take you to the WhatsApp channel. Are you listening?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, it will take you to the WhatsApp channel, and the WhatsApp channel you can really get access to my number. But I've showed you my number, it is even there on the screen. You can just reach out to me directly, but in most of the cases I'm busy. That's why I'm going to leave you with contacts of certain people you can contact and you get helped. But it's all about you joining the platforms so that you keep in touch and you get all the communications. You get?
Okay. Okay, sir.
Yeah,
Thanks very much.
yeah. Any other person? Oh, that is all. Any other person? Because now I want to share the very last thing. We leave this place. Yeah, I don't know whether Daniela is still here because she's supposed to give us the closing prayer. People had questions in the chat, so I didn't have a secretary. I didn't have a secretary because I didn't want to leave when people's concerns are not addressed. But I think, yes. Yes, Daniel, unmute. I don't know, I can't get her. It's really been a helpful session. Can we have the files of combination? Some of us came late. When are we ending the meeting? After those who want to know about the textbooks and everything, I mentioned them verbally. But again, okay, yes, Daniela.
So actually, most of the questions have been answered. Maybe the one that has not been answered is that, like, in case you have not been doing a subject at your O level, and then at A level you wish to do it, is it possible? It's the only question that has not been
Like
answered.
which subject? Like which subject? And
Yes, they were like agriculture and
now that
those
depends
subjects.
on the school. That depends on the school. There are schools that will tell you no, but it's not actually okay. If at all you've not been doing agriculture, don't do it. Don't do it. It will give you a time, trust me. Don't do it unless the school really gives you the chance to, and it has really confirmed that it will be okay and that it will not affect your results. So Daniela, is that the only thing? Why did she mute? Daniela, is that the only question that has not been addressed? Where the rest addressed, you can tell us a yes in the chat. Yes. Okay, let me give the contacts. I think, Umar, you can say the question in the chat and then... Okay, you people, very fast, I want to first tell you what Science Scholars Academy is as we end. Yeah, those who want to really know much about it. So what we do, that's our logo, that's Science Scholars Academy, the name. Our slogan is that we are creating competent science scholars in Uganda. What we do holiday coaching. Of course, we do homeschooling. We also do one-on-one consultation sessions, advice and counseling, both academic, physical, mental, and everything. So what we do, we have the services and products. About the products, I've told you about our summarized, organized notes, item banks. Of course, sample papers that are branded by us, and their scoring guides and etc. of the science subjects. And of course, in line with the new curriculum and well organized by our tutors. The services, I've told you about the online video lessons. We conduct them live via Zoom. But if you want to access those that are already recorded, those you missed, they're available on our app. I showed you some on Google Drive. And you all get access once you get in touch with us. Then about us, Science Scholars Academy is an online science academy supporting ALevel science students of Uganda. Why choose us? All science subjects catered for. Subsidiaries are facilitated, you know what they are. And our recorded video lessons, some of which you've looked at, are available throughout the year in, year out. You can watch them at home if you want. Even at school, we can guide you if at all your school has a computer lab, or you move with your phone to school, or you use a teacher's phone, we can guide you on how you can really access the work. How to get in touch with us via email, that is the email. If at all you want to have access to some of our free sample classes on YouTube, I told you just put in Science Scholars what? Academy Uganda. How to get in touch? There is one contact there already. So I want to give you more contacts of how you can really get in touch with us. How to get in touch with us. More contacts. So 0753279592. This is my personal number. You can try it. I always get so many messages from students. But the best thing is to call, WhatsApp call. If I don't pick the WhatsApp call, you can leave a text. Now, for those of you who are in VAC, the ones who are joining Senior 5, of course, this very year, you have a coordinator. So this is the contact of the coordinator. (0784) like that. This is the coordinator for the ones in VAC. Usually handles those in VAC until you finally finish your ALevel. Then, meanwhile, I'm going to give you only 3 contacts of the hotlines. 3 contacts of the hotlines. Then in the future, I'll give you others. So I'm going to give you 3. That is 1. That is another one. Of course, hope you are aware that all this is via WhatsApp. Then some of you may need the contact of the moderator just in case. I don't want people to say that I left out some contacts. So 759 252. The moderator is just available daily and most active in the night. So it's exactly midnight, and that's when it's the midnight that usually begins the ending of my sessions. When it's midnight, I start switching off. So I think that's all. My personal number, the coordinator, and the hotlines all via WhatsApp and the moderator. Yeah. So I think you will allow me sign out, and then we are going to have the closing prayer. So I'm signing out. I told you I'm Dr. Paul, or you can call me Paul Tutor or Doctor or both, and you have my personal number. I'm a tutor at SSA. Okay. Alfred, your hand is still up. I don't know whether I have anything else to say. Yeah. You people final advice, just follow whatever I've told you. Then, yes, Daniela, get ready to give us the closing prayer. Raise up your hand.
Okay, so my question is that I want you to elaborate some about ICT. Like some of us we did ICT in Peru, and we want to do it like PM something like that. Something.
Oh, I've gotten you. Yes, it is very okay. You can do it. It is very okay. It is very okay. You very well know for you to have it. This side you should already have principal math. Yeah. I think I told you about that. Okay, you people are very fast. I think we are only missing the final advice and complimentary remarks. Final advice, follow whatever I've told you, and I wish you well. Complimentary remarks, make sure in whatever you're planning for your A-level, make sure Science Scholars Academy is part of the plan. Make sure SSA is in the plan. Yes. So closure, thank you for attending. Make sure you're updated. Make sure you're part of the WhatsApp channel. Those people have sent you, they can help you join the channel, and they can help you with everything in case you want anything. Then in case you join the platforms, you can never miss any meeting. Then the very last thing is the closing prayer. So Daniela, give us one.
So I would like to take this opportunity to thank you, Doctor, for this session. We really appreciate your work. So let's pray. Mighty Father in heaven, we thank you for this day. Thank you for that gift of life. We thank you that you have enabled us to attend this session, and we believe that we have gotten something. Lord, for us who are still stuck in choosing our combinations, Lord, we pray that you enable us to decide this night as we have been through this session. Send your Holy Spirit to guide us through this night and also enable us wake up very well, and also enable us understand everything that we are going to be learning in our A-level. In Jesus' mighty name we have prayed and believed.
Amen. Thank you so much, Daniela. Thank you both for attending. Make sure every document, whatever I've promised to send, just make sure you get in touch, and then we get everything sorted. Otherwise, thank you so much for loving SSA. SSA loves you all as well. Have a good night and have a nice day.